Around here, this is more than a game. It's family, it's culture, it's legacy. A community that understands the work, respects the grind, and honors the journey. From the hardwood to the highlight moments, to every player chasing greatness. This is where passion grows, where fans become family, where standards are protected, where women's basketball lives. Welcome to Everybody Loves Juju 12.
Welcome and good afternoon here in Cali. What's going on? It's Friday. Filthy Friday, that is, for USC Chosen Women's Basketball, who is not having a workout today. Let me just throw that out there. They are at Disney World, Disneyland. So that's what you get to do when you're in Cali. You get to do things like go to Disneyland. But welcome back, everybody. Everybody Love Juju 12 Talks. I'm your host, Juju. You see it? You see the title? The refs, they blew it again. Right? We're going to talk about something that every basketball fan has experienced: officiating. Everybody that's played, we've all experienced it. Don't trip. Now, whether you cheer for the Aces or the Liberty, USC, South Carolina, or your local high school team, we've all said the same thing at some point. The refs missed that one. The difference is that some missed calls happened in the first quarter and some happened with less than 20 seconds remaining in a one-possession game. Last night, Agent Wilson appeared to lose the basketball out of bounds, y'all. You saw it. 2-4-6 eyeball refs saw it. Many fans and players and even Asia herself seemed to react as though she knew the possession was to New York. She started walking back the other way. But instead, the officials ruled it stayed with Las Vegas. Since the Liberty had already used their challenge earlier in the game, there was no opportunity to review the play. Now, here's what I want to have a discussion about. Did the officials miss the call? For many people, the answer is yes, they did. But here's the tougher question. Did that missed call actually cost New York the game? That's really the question. And those are two different conversations. Basketball games are 40 minutes long. There are missed calls, missed free throws, turnovers, defensive breakdowns, poor coaching decisions. Every position contributes to the final score. We know that. Late game possessions carry far more weight than possessions, say, like in the first quarter, because you got time from the first quarter to make it up, right? But when officiating mistakes removes a team opportunity to tie the game, which is what we saw yesterday, you take that lead or create one final possession, fans naturally going to ask whether the outcome was altered. Last night, I immediately attacked the refs. I ain't gonna lie. But today, for today's discussion, I'm not really here to attack referees, but officials have one of the hardest jobs in sports. We all know that. They make split-second decisions with millions of people watching and dozens of camera angles. They don't have it in real time that they don't have. But accountability matters. If players are evaluated, coaches are evaluated, then I feel like officiating should also be evaluated. The biggest discussion isn't whether the Liberty were robbed, it's whether the Wnba replay system is keeping up with today's game. See, I understand how an official who's human can miss a split-second situation, right? Be out of position. I've done a little officiating before. By the way, I've had to whistle and the the zebra stripes on. It's pretty tough. But how do you miss it on a replay? I mean, did they show you the angles? Because even when we saw the angles, I mean, are they seeing the same angles we are seeing at home? Tell me. Am I missing something? But should every out of bounds call in the final 2 minutes be automatically reviewed? How about that? Would you guys like that? Or should teams receive an additional challenge if their first one was successful? I thought that's the way it was. I didn't know that. Anyway, okay. So these questions that could improve, these are questions I'm trying to think of that can improve the game. That's why I'm asking. So I want to hear from y'all, whether you watch it on a replay or you're in my chat right now. Feel free to jump in. Or did the officials just simply make a human mistake? Or did that one whistle change the outcome of one of the biggest games of the season? Drop your thoughts in the chat, y'all. Let's have a respectable basketball conversation. Because I just feel like the biggest story isn't A'ja Wilson. It's whether officiating decisions changed everything. That's what I think. What say you? What say you? Going on? What's going on with Brazil? Welcome, Brazil. How are you? Reviews take too long. No need to add any more. Okay. Okay, I can agree with that. This is why a centralized review process is long overdue. There should be a command center. Oh, you heard about it already. You already heard about it, Brazil. You heard about it. You heard that they're going to do something like that, right? I know. I did hear something about that already. But do you think that bad call changed the outcome of New York's law? Whether they could have tied the game. I personally do. I personally feel like Brazil, some of the calls are so tight and so like jump ballers for me. But last night, that was bad. That was bad. Okay. You presented. Okay, let me let everybody know. Brazil, you presented it months ago. Kathy finally caught up. I'm telling you, somebody be watching the shows. Somebody. If you said it on my show or somebody's show, I know. I'm trying to reach 800 subscribers, but here's the thing: I might not have a lot of subscribers, but I got a lot of views. Got a lot of looky-loos. Now all I'm asking you is, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Put me in the algorithm. Let me get in with the big dogs. Yeah, they were 3 down and had momentum. Yeah, that's why I felt like that's what I'm feeling. And they exactly 3 down and had the momentum. And I do think it was a game changer because of the momentum, and it just like cut it. It just cut the momentum, and I didn't appreciate that really because I didn't have a dog in the fight really, to be honest. I just was watching a great game. I couldn't tell if Liberty were getting better or the Aces were not as good as I thought they were because Liberty's still missing two of their top players, and here they are keeping up with the Aces, who I think at the moment are, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. They're second in the league, right? Let's go to ESPN. Let's take a look at that. Let's look at the rankings. Because I'm not going to lie, bro. A'ja touched it. I really wanted, what I would really want to see, honestly, where the baseline official was. I was like, why can't I see where that baseline official? I want to call that person. Not to get them like put on the spot, but honestly, you need to put on the spot, bruh. Because where were you? Were you out of position? Was there miscommunication? I saw the lady with the shaved hair on the side, Brazil. I saw where she was, kind of like she was coming down. And if you're facing the basket, she was on the right side. I seen her come out of nowhere. But where was the baseline coach? Official. I think everybody immediately knew it was out. You know what? I'm gonna tell you a little story. I'm not even gonna go into this. I'm not even gonna embarrass myself and go into the deets of it. But I lost. It happened it was the third time that this official had did this to us. And everybody knew it was our boss. I was going to take it out. It was kind of like the last touch by the other team. Even the other team was going to set. And it happened so quick. And the ref was like, called blue ball. Blue, the other team black. I said, you mean black? And he's like, I said blue. I said, no. I said, what do you mean? I lost it. I was about 16. I lost it on that. I couldn't take it anymore. I could not. I lost it. I backed that man up. And come to find out, years later, as an adult, I found out I was right. He was cheating. The coach, the opposite team where we were playing away, it was all designed to some racist stuff going on. That's all I can tell you. That was a real critical possession, Brazil. And regardless if you're a fan of the Aces or not, I want to see a fair games. All the ref had to do was look at Asia's reaction exactly. And I think people say, well, there's missed calls all throughout the game. No. Late game, in game, poor officiating matters because it shifts the momentum. There's no argument that the Liberty had turnovers, missed free throws, defensive mistakes. They had 39 previous minutes to build a bigger lead. Okay, that's true. But can one missed call decide a game, Brazil? Can one missed call decide a game? I think so. I do, because you said it earlier. You laid it out earlier. The momentum shift, change. Yeah, I do. I'm just giving my opinion. I hope I get to participate in this. I think one missed call can change things. Absolutely. Yeah. So, officiating across the WNBA has been an issue. Oh, Miss Switch said Brazil, at the risk of sounding cliche, Stevie Wonder saw that ball went. Oh, yeah. And I think that late game officiating, unless you're like us who pay attention to every little crack and detail. Hey, Jonathan. Finally, Jonathan gets some in the beginning. I was late, so you didn't miss. I didn't start at 12. So you're good. What's up, John? No. So I just feel like the officials face pressure. I love the way I've seen some things yesterday in other games where there was some chippiness with Anissa and Morrow and the Chicago team and with Chloe Bibby. And they tried to break it up and they were giving them warnings like, hey, cut it out. Like, what's the problem? Like, well, she did this and that, And I think doing that instead of jumping to text and all that kind of crap, no. I think sometimes you let players, play it out. I just washed my dreads. You let them play it out. And sometimes just warnings are, enough. When it's getting chippy, you don't have to jump right to it. Now, if I warned you, and then you continue and it leads to an altercation or something like that, you're getting attacked. That's what I do. But I don't know. Is the WNBA getting unfairly criticized, y'all? Jonna, Brazil, chat, audience, is the WNBA officiating getting unfairly criticized? Or do you think the league needs more accountability? And Brazil already came up with an idea that he said Kathy Engelbert took on, and we're going to have like a command center for evaluations. But whatever that idea you came up with, Zil, all I'm saying is it better not. I don't want to see more. No, it better be quickly. Whatever idea you had, I need it to be quick. I don't need this thing to be dragged on anymore, because that deadens momentum as well. You think it was the Suns game? Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. The Suns Falcons where a ref went straight to text. I think it was the right call in the moment. Yeah, no, I'm not saying take it away. Because for all you know, you might have you may not even saw that they had warned them. So I don't want to say that. The officiating deserves criticism that it receives. Okay, Jonathan, straight up, you have a feeling for this. Hold on, I'm still here, guys. You gotta things behind You're not playing. You're like, no, 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 no. They deserve the criticism. I don't know. I've been seeing this the whole time I've been watching the WNBA. I understood from the beginning because I felt like we had rented summer guys, some summer officiating, and we didn't get the top level. But after 30 years, I don't know, maybe you're not paying enough or something. Maybe that should have been negotiated wherever the negotiating goes. You need to throw those dollars, some more dollars. That's my idea. Throw money talks. Throw more money towards people giving up their summer who may ordinarily uh, officiate NCAA basketball or something. Well, it should be quick because they're reviewing all plays in real time. Got you. Okay. Okay. So would you support automatic replay on all out of bounds calls inside the final 2 minutes? What is it? Is it football that does something like that? Or would you guys automatically replay on all the out of bounds calls? Oh, the calls that they make. Okay. Well, that could be a lot. A replay center that can overrule obvious mistakes. Good idea. Second challenge if the first challenge is successful. Oh yeah. Yes, football. Okay, see, I know my sports. Football does that. Because it started getting really bad, started getting really ridiculous. That's why I remember I used to watch football, keep up with football, even down to baseball. I knew my players and stuff like that years ago as a kid. Um, which rule change would you support, guys? So do you like the 2 minute rule, or what about the fact that one? Because I noticed they use a challenge, they don't get to keep it, or what is it? A second challenge if the first challenge is successful. I didn't even know that didn't have another challenge. It's crazy. They were like, use that challenge wisely. I think the Aces were hurt by the lack of call that cost Chelsea her six, and she got hit in the face by Sabrina. I think that was kind of messed up. I think it was so messed up. They chose that moment to make it up, and that's crazy. And that whole thing about it's a makeup call. Hold on, guys. I gotta take this call. All right. All right, guys. All right. All right, so enough of that. Let's not getting traction from y'all from that. King Lion. I was just talking about last night. Anybody want to get off on in the chat about the that was a bad missed call, King Lion, with the aces. You know it. But we all know it's a question, it's debatable whether that changes the momentum, the outcome of the game. But I think it does. Good evening, Furious. What is it? Furious ATL Hoops. Okay. All right. Welcome, Furious. I don't know if I met you. Listen, I needed the Aces to win because I needed them to bump the Washington Mystics up. Anybody feel me on that? Anybody Mystics at least kind of like rooting for the Mystics a little bit, y'all? Tell me yay or nay, because that helped the Mystics, you guys. So and then it bumped the fever under the Mystics. So yeah, the issue with the refs are the foul calls and non-calls. Possession type plays are not a problem. Okay, good. Well, at least I like the way you found something positive. But listen, hey, let's change gears for a second. Y'all catch me up. I heard that Nisa Morrow has been traded. Am I hearing correctly about Anissa Morrow? If you guys aren't done with that, my final take is simple about the officiating, that they missed a call in one possession game. That's significant. I think it's significant. But saying that the missed call alone cost the Liberty game ignores everything else that went off for 40 minutes. We all know that. Great teams overcome adversity when they can, but that doesn't mean officials shouldn't be held accountable. That's the thing that me and Brazil was talking about earlier. So you figure okay, that's my final take. But you figure she would be traded? We kind of felt that was coming. But she went to Temple, right? Am I correct with that? That she went to the Temple? She went to the Temple. Let's see. Besides Anissa Morrow, what other trades have taken place? I can't believe we're not hearing a rush of it, because like the deadline is what is it, Sunday? She's the only one. So yeah, Toronto Temple received her, and Connecticut Sun will get Maria Klandakova and a 2028 second round. That's what she's worth. Casey said they was gonna lose anyway. What's up, Casey? If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm on a mission right now, y'all. I'm a young new channel, and my subscriptions are going slow. That's partly because of me not coming up as much as I could have, but I had personal things going on for the past year that are cleared up, and I need you guys to hit that subscribe button for me. At least get me to 800 today, and then I can start for 1,000. I would love to see 1K for me. Share my channel, tell a friend to tell a friend. It may not be for you, maybe for them. So, rumors we got to look out for. So, I just answered my question. God, I can't believe how slow it's working. Kelsey Plum is a rumor, but Nigelena Hamilton. Here's a hot take. Rumors of Enrique as the deadline approaches. Those are the top 3 hot picks. I figured she'd be traded. You have breaking news. Not a bad move. Not a bad move for Anissa. But remember now, Anissa, you remember Connecticut is going to. I wonder. I'm so crazy with this. They're going to Houston to become the Comets again. Does that mean it's all new leadership and organization? And then was that the right move? Plus the coach is not coming. That's what I've heard. So what's up, big dog? New York Liberty won the championship on a bad call 2 years ago. Talk about it. Hey, Casey, my man. I agree. I agree. I hate to say it. I agree. So now, Dallas needs another big, so Enrique must make sense. They probably can get a lot for Enrique, though. They can get a lot for Enrique. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting another big. I don't think you need to get rid of Learu or obviously Jeff Shepard or Awa. I like Awa. I like the bigs they have. You know what's missing? You say New York gets away with a lot of stuff. Okay. Well, I didn't like the I didn't like the call on Chelsea Gray, and I feel like Sabrina hit her accidentally in that face, and she had position. She was working and moving and sliding, and Sabrina was on her way. You know, not she was doing everything she could not to run into her, but she's over here and you swinging this way. That whole swinging the arm that she and old girl from Indiana does it drives me crazy. What up, Milky Way? Yeah, we talked about earlier before y'all came officiating. As you can see, what the title is about, and I let people give me their thoughts and opinions about it. And it was just a bad call. It was really a missed call. But it's like, how? And then I went and did a pivot to talk about trade. And really, the trade is just short because it's only Anissa. Misty, you want to come up here? Because I know you got something to say about Anissa Morrow. There's a link. Games period, just like the Anna Fever game earlier this year. Brianna Stewart got 21 free throws. Ooh, good point. But some people know how to draw fouls. I mean, some people just like, especially Stewie. She has a method of making you reach, and that's just savviness. That's just veteran skills. Now, if you're telling me that Stewie was just giving a bunch of calls and they weren't fouling her, I don't know. For the Milky Way, I think I got ATL fan in here. What's up? Milky Way says that for the record, I wanted Morrow with ATL. Oh, let me tell you, Milky Way, who I would. It might not be popular with any Dreams fans in here. Oh, you're on your cell phone. I don't think you can do it. You're on my cell phone chat. It shows me that you're on your cell phone. If you know how to come up using that, then fine. I put the link in here. Let me tell you guys something. Anissa Morrow to the Dream for Naz Hillman. Don't shoot me. Her motor and what she would do, the energy that she would bring, because I really want Naz coming off the bench, but the energy that she would bring would be just what they need. Why? Why? Why is that not a fair? What does Naz do that makes her so goddamn valuable, big dog? You need to talk to me. And Anissa's a bench player. She can be a starter, but she's undersized just like Naz. What does Naz? That's a fair trade. No, big dog, you gotta tell me why that's not. I'm waiting. What does Naz bring? Milky Way said amazing take two. Yeah, but she can be. But who's if Naz starts, then okay, I made a point. But Naz, I don't think Naz is coming off the bench that I recall. He thinks Naz's moral level. I don't. I want to know what does not. You guys need to tell me what the hell Naz Hillman. She just got a code name. She's got I've been saying potential for too long. But if you really think about it, what does Nas Hillman actually do? What? That I wouldn't want to put a youngster like hungry youngster like Anissa, the real deal Holyfield. Thank you. They lucky I said that, and not her and Pow Pow for Anissa. What up, Miss D?
Hey, you know what? Look, let me tell you what Nas do. Nas, outside of Angel, is the more compassionate, passionate player. She do the little things, even when she's not scoring. She do guard, big players, but she is taller than Anissa. Now, the player I would trade for her, you could send a package, because guess what? Connecticut didn't want much. They didn't get nothing with the Temple really. So they could have did Borlace and some picks. No, they don't have a pick. Borlace, Pow Pow, and that's it. Because they really don't have no picks, unfortunately. So I was thinking about that. They don't have no first round pick. So Borlace, Pow Pow.
Furious. Why? Furious. Don't throw that generational talent around.
Who's generational? No, she's not generational.
No,
I like her. No, I like Nas.
Why? What has she done? Big Dog, welcome.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, Big Dog.
What you got to say, Big Dog?
That Nas Hillman is a bench player, and that I wouldn't do that. Not straight up. Nas Hillman for Anissa Murrow, straight up, I wouldn't do that. They would have to give me something else with Nas to get Anissa Murrow from me.
I know she threw. I think Miss D threw somebody else in.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Just them straight up, I wouldn't do that. But Nas Hillman and something else for Anissa Murrow, then yeah. But right. Just a straight up trade, no.
Not Nas. I said Borlace and Pow Pow for Anissa and the second round pick.
I don't want Nas. I know, because I don't want Nas.
I like Nas. I
know because, you don't, but I
reason why I say that because I'm sorry. I was saying because sometimes Alicia and Ryan, they motor is not good. That's one thing I give about Nas. Like I said, if she's not scoring, she do give you.
But that's why
she plays defense. She plays defense and she do little things.
Anissa does everything that Nas does.
I understand that, but guess what? You could keep you could have her and have have Anissa with her. Boom. So you want to keep Borlace?
They play different positions.
I know that, but I'm just saying. I know that, but I'm just saying. If you're gonna get
that's why, that's why I don't want to leave. I don't want to get rid of Borlace because they play different positions.
But
if it's me, I'm giving up Kone and Borlace. Send them to the Fever. Give me Raven Johnson and a pick.
No, we talking about Raven. We ain't talking about Raven. We talking about Nisa.
I'm just saying, if it's me, I get rid of Kone, Borlace, give me Raven Johnson and a pick.
But guess what? Somebody said they kept hearing Anissa was supposed to went to the Liberty.
I would have liked that too.
No, Anissa has already been traded, guys.
No.
Yeah, she's on Toronto.
She got traded. No, I'm saying before it was supposed to be the Liberty, and that fell through because the Liberty said that Connecticut wanted too much. That's what I'm saying. Which I think that on the Liberty should have been real good.
Yeah, I think so too. And the Liberty do need to get younger because they be looking old sometimes out there.
Athletic. But
Let me tell you something. Jonquel and Brianna, they're, I don't want to say pacing themselves, but when they play. And there's none better than the two of them in the league. The very, very, I would say maybe Asia, that's it. Those two, when they are cooking, they are cooking. Okay? So you just seeing them kind of like going along or whatever. But when they ball out, you guys, you're going to remember like, oh shit, like that.
I'm not worried about them. I mean, I know they're going to ball out. The problem with Liberty is when they won in 2024, they was deeper and they didn't replenish that bench. And on the bench was some dogs, except I think they run by Lady Hamilton. But other than that, they gave away Kayla Thornton. Well, I don't know. That's still a big mistake. So I'm not worried about the starters. It's just that their bench is not the same. And then what's Satu gonna give you? So she have been,
Satu and
you know,
Phoebus are missing. So
right.
Brazil said Stewie was doing some Matrix type things last night.
Nah, Stewie was getting right last night. She really was.
Oh yeah,
She was getting right.
like I said, I'm not worried about them.
Stewie.
I'm not worried about them. It's just the rest of the players, you know. Yeah.
I think, okay, somebody asked me what did I have against Nas. Nas, I like Nas. I think she's cool and everything, and then she does provide leadership. But the fact that it's sad that the first thing out of his mouth was she's the leadership, that helps them beat the fever, right? Okay. My thing is why? And this is the problem that I have with the Dream. My biggest problem is Ryan Howard. I know she's in a slump, so I'm not going to go so hard on her, but she thinks she's more than she is. And she when she shoots her J and she does that pose, and I'm thinking like, girl, why didn't you follow your shot? The shit is off. And
right.
then we all know that she needs to drive more. And then also, I think she affects the team to the point where I think Jordan is getting better with not looking Angel off when she's sealing players inside. And then when Alicia Gray impressed me tremendously, doing exactly what I needed to do. Alicia Gray should be the leader, the vocal leader, and everything. And she's just too soft, too nice, too whatever. Ryan, you're too quiet. So that's how it differs to Nas, when really, honestly, all of them say that Angel is the one. Like, Angel, her IQ for basketball is huge, guys. It's high.
Yes, it is.
And it's not a problem. When I say leader, she's a great articulate speaker when she's in press conferences, and she actually is talking on the court. I always loved Big. I played that back position as a youngster because we didn't have anybody. But my true position as a child and then in college is a guard. But I tell you, from their angle, they can see everything that I can't, that the guards can't. And I think Angel should be the leader. But Nas, you got to bring more, bro. Like, you got to bring, like, I know that Anissa would grab boards and get him back up. And Anissa's developing a little midi. Nas got to do that. She's got to develop some offense. And she's got to develop, she can't disappear in the game like she does to me.
Well, she has developed a little 3-point shot this year. I will give her that.
Right, she had. But listen, she gonna have to come off the bench because I would start after a while. I will put everybody in a position. She did that. She was playing bigger players because she was going back and forth with Angel. Then you have Okawa.
Well, we didn't have Bree. We didn't have Bree Jones.
Right, so I'm saying. So when Bree get more
she's
into
back.
it,
she's back.
She's gonna be on right. That's what I'm saying. But she gonna sit on the bench anyway. But like I said, I will still keep because she do bring the energy. She bring the energy when she do the little things, and she's an emotional leader.
Hell, Navarre bring energy too, and they won't even play.
Yeah. No. Navarre, I know she do. She's a rookie. I'm talking about a veteran. I'm talking about at least been in the league for a while now. So I would go with Borlée. I like Borlées, but I had to give up Borlées, and like you said, Sika Kone, yeah. And I will bring in Anissa. Why not?
Reddy Milky asked me, he said, oh, Reddy Milky agreed with me. Ready for, I know this is hard on y'all, but ready for Ryan to bounce?
Yeah, sometimes look, HD call he called Ryan Harding because sometimes she could be real hot, real streaky, and then sometimes she just disappears.
Nah, let's talk to you, Armand. I wish I had I Am Zo Media up here because he would cook you, Armand. I'm as a man, maybe a man. Let me say this.
Ball.
Wait. Let me talk to Armand first. Let me talk to Armand. Armand, I wish I had a man up here that could talk to you because I'm not the only one that feels this way.
What are you talking about? There's a man up here.
Hold on, huh? But you may not agree with me. My take, I had a hard take on Ryan, and he's like saying that Ryan is their best player, bozo, and I'm like, bullshit.
Well, yeah, but guess what?
Nah, hold up. Oh, let me finish.
Okay,
she is not their best player.
Well,
she is not. And this is my opinion. Let me talk.
She's the most talented. I love Angel. She's the most talented, but guess what?
Angel is not the best player. Listen, let me talk. Okay. Offensively, as a guard, Alicia Gray is better.
Yeah,
because
I don't know
mental
about it.
no, we know what Ryan's no, because I know what you guys are. I agree with you guys. I know what Ryan can bring, but she's not. You can't keep saying somebody is this and this and this and this, and they're not. She has lapses. She
Well,
has
yeah, we know that
mental.
the
Wait,
last two
no,
playoffs.
wait.
Okay.
I'm making a point to Amon. Amon, she is great. She has the potential. She should be doing X, A to Z. I agree with you, but most of the time she's not. So that's why. And I'm saying that, you can't keep like Miss D is going to take over. The last two, we deferred to her in the playoffs
Right.
to take us down that road. What happened, Miss D?
She shrunk.
And she shot them out the damn first round,
Right.
basically.
I don't understand why. Right. I don't understand why, as talented she is, what happened to take it to the basket? What happened
Listen,
to
Amon, listen to what she's saying.
and
What happened?
to
What happened
what?
to Ryan? She's telling you, Ryan. I want to hear him explain to me. Explain to me what happened. Hey, what's up, MJ? What happened, Amon? Hit that like and subscribe button for me, by the way, Amon. Go ahead. She's telling you what happened to Ryan in the playoffs. Tell me. Tell him. Was she guarded? Was she overly guarded, Miss D? Was there any reason for her to be making
it's
those?
nobody.
No, there
nobody on the
wasn't.
fever. Right. It was nobody on the fever last year that could really stop her. I like Natasha Howard. Who else they had guard? Probably Gardner. I don't know, but she stopped herself. She
They had
gave
Sophie and Lexi, and they couldn't do nothing with it.
exactly and right, exactly. The Fever is not known for defense. They supposed to have won that series last year. It was not supposed to be the Fever. As good as Kelsey played, they still should have lost that series if Ryan Howard would have did what she's supposed to have did.
But you know what? In basketball, sometimes one person could tilt the series. That's just the nature of the game. You see it. I hate to mention an NBA scenario, but you see what Joel Embiid did this playoffs to the Celtics. The Celtics were up 3-1, and then as soon as Embiid come back, he changed the whole series by himself.
We talking about the playoffs, Armand. We talking about the
So
playoffs.
it can happen. What Kelsey Mitchell did last year was incredible. She
It was,
carried
but
that
guess
team
what?
on her back.
As good as she played, they still should have lost. Because I thought the Dream was better than the Fever. And then you know what? Another thing they stopped doing? Bree Jones was having a decent series. They stopped going to her.
But I will say this, Alicia Gray is by far the most consistent guard that the Dream have. So if I had to choose between Ron Howard and Alicia Gray, I'm taking Alicia Gray.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. You're right. You're consistent. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm not
even 1,000. I'm on Alicia Gray's head too about things, about being soft, about being nice, about like not playing like a dog. You know,
well, she take too many. It's not that she's soft. She take too many plays off sometimes, and then she falls in love with the three as well.
No, like, she's soft, Miss D. She's soft.
Well, Alicia, no.
Yeah. Alicia Gray is soft.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
She is.
No, it's okay. It's okay. She's a little too nice. She's because I know that she has another dog gear in her because I've seen it, and I'm like, sweetheart, you have to play at that all the time. And Armand did agree with us. He said, yes, she does chuck up a lot of bullshit. Now, be honest, I have no idea how y'all lost to the Fever.
Now, Juju, it's funny you say that because I used to argue with Miss D all the time about Camilla being soft. Like, it's the same thing.
She is.
And it frustrated me sometimes. I didn't want to say it. I did not want to say it.
You can't be like that, Miss D. Like, it's okay. It doesn't mean that
I know. I still like her.
We know you. Yeah, we know you love her. She's right. We get all that.
But I got a question. I came in late. So you think the call that the Dream got against Dallas was bad?
That the Dream got on Dallas.
I
was talking. No, sweetheart. This was about Asia Wilson and the Liberty.
Okay.
She's talking about when the ball went out off of Asia's hands out of bounds, and they completely missed that. Right. Like they completely missed that.
Right, it was obvious. I'm like, really?
It was obvious.
She was like, Yeah.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't they review it or no? They
No,
didn't.
because
No,
they
they
didn't
didn't.
have a review. They had already
Oh.
used their challenge for the offensive foul that they tried to overturn in the third quarter. So they
Mm.
couldn't challenge it. But it was clear that the ball went off Asia Wilson's hands and she just got
And
the
the
whistle
referees are right
because,
there.
yeah, I know, but it's Asia Wilson. So
I
they
know,
let
I
that
know,
go.
I know, I know, I know.
And
No,
that's why I say she got away with one.
I think they were making up for that bogus call that Sabrina. She is the one that fouled Chelsea Gray, in my opinion. When
And the
Chelsea
refs will
fouled,
do that. If they
and
miss a call, they will try to make it up somewhere down the line later. It just happened, that's how it
I
happened.
hate when they do that. I hate when they do
I
that.
hate when they do. I love when it's for me, but I didn't like that yesterday. That was bad. That was even Asia was walking the other way. That was bad.
Right. She knew. That was the funny part.
That was funny. Oh, so going back to Miss D, somebody was explaining it. I forgot all about that. I have never seen Enrique so mad. She left to the locker room. She was cussing. She was so the call on her. Is it
You
a
know what?
reckless
Let me say
closeout?
this.
Was it? Be honest.
No,
Let's
I
focus.
don't think so. But I will. I don't. Well, let me say this. Look, she went straight up. She nipped the girl foot. What you want her to do? Now I will say that was the original call where she fouled her on the three. She did. I'm not saying she didn't foul her on the three. I'm saying was it a reckless closeout? I don't know. I don't know because when you go straight up and you come down, sometimes you can't.
Well, my thing is when it comes to the reckless closeout calls, they have to be consistent with the calls. You
Right,
can't
but if
just
you look at it, she went straight up. Now she did.
Wait. Let him finish.
Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying you have to be consistent with the calls. You can't, allow people to recklessly close out, not call it, and then when you feel like calling it, you call it. You understand what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. If you're gonna
Right.
call it through the whole game. So this way we don't have these conversations about was it a bad call, was it a good call, because you've been calling it the
They
whole
could have
game.
left it alone. I don't want to say it was a bad call. They could have left it alone because when I look at it, she was actually going straight up. Yes, she nicked the girl's top of the foot.
You gotta give me space to come down, Miss D.
But if you look
Yeah,
at
that part.
You should not even be landing in my area. You can fly by me, you can do whatever you want, but you cannot land. You cannot land.
I'm not saying that she did foul her. I'm not saying that. She definitely fouled her.
Okay, but you can't land where I'm coming down. The people used to do that to me all the time. Hyperextend my knees. Them girls were so uncoordinated. And I had a vertical, and when I was in the air, I'll show you a picture of how I shoot. I haven't even landed yet in there in my space. Like and I'm coming down, like sliding, right, bouncing back, and they're landing on me. That's dangerous. It's so bad. I could have blew my knee out several times. And it's like, you got to give. She tried to avoid it, but the fact that you even said she touched her, that's enough. But I guess what you're saying is, okay, Ju, give her a foul, but not the extra 2 shots. That's what you're saying.
Well, the extra one, right? Because now you put them on one shot, right? Look, she did follow her up top. She definitely got her, nipped the hand. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, my issue isn't the call itself. My issue is the consistency of the call.
It's the consistency.
That's my
right,
issue.
Right. I see it happen all the time. They don't call. I don't know no more.
It's hard because sometimes it's like you're saying, Misty. Every time a player defending goes up doesn't, and they both come down doesn't always mean that it, like Brazil is saying, sometimes players are kicking out or jumping forward, and it doesn't mean that it's always the defender's fault.
All right, that's true.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
it is always the defender's fault. And I'll give you this analogy. When you're on the road and you're in your car and somebody do a dead stop in front of you and you rear end them, it's your fault.
Yes. I knew he was going to go there. I was going to go there, big dog.
So,
I was going to give you the same analogy.
I mean, you're right. You're right, BD. I agree with that.
You better not. All I can tell you is this: when you jump out, my thing was I always used to jump behind, towards the shooter's hand and behind, and sometimes I'm gonna tell you, without me, I would even rip them. I would never jump straight at somebody because I there's no way you can control yourself. You could jump up and straight up in the air, like with plenty of distance. But brother, if you try to jump at the same time and think you're gonna come down in your spot and them in their spot, that's never gonna work. That's just there's just no way. That's the timing of that is gotta be. I mean, you saw the block, the beautiful block that Angel had on Jessica. Y'all see that block? That was cold. Angel block Jessica. Wait a minute. Wait. You got to turn that one off. Hold on. Let me kick you out from the studio. Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, it's okay. When y'all remember the block that Angel got that stopped for the win against Dallas?
Yep.
And she timed her, and so that there was no question whether her coming down in her space or her any of that, because
Right.
if you're gonna block it, you have to block with the space in. Let me talk about my Trojan. Let me tell you what I love about Coach Beth Burns, my defensive guru. Shout out to Coach Beth Burns. She teaches. If you watch the Lady Trojans, watch how we play with our hands up, move our feet, hips, body, everything. And when Ju and Rhea and not Kiki, because she wasn't trained under them, wasn't good at it. Kennedy, the way they block, there's space in between them, and if they're so athletic and so much space in between them and the shooter. That's how you have to block. If you're gonna close out like that. Now, when Ju tried to close out on Sarah Strong, she tried to do what I do, which is to fly by the side, and she barely nicked Sarah and almost allowed Sarah to tie the game because she got the same amount of shots that Alicia Gray got. So it happens to be, sometimes it works and sometimes the majority of the time with those girls, they know how to block sufficiently. You have to be very athletic, very skilled to do it. And some of the girls that I see trying to pull it off have no business trying to do it in the first place. Enrique is too short. She's my height. You had no, and I'm not.
Right. I agree.
I don't know Enrique to have hops. She should not have even have challenged that. And it's too bad that
she don't play good. Right. She don't know how to play defense. Period. Though. So
right.
She's not a defender. Right. But I think also now she looked more in shape than she did because she was kind of chunky. I'm not trying to say, so.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Let me give the haters take. Okay, Brazil. Let me give the haters take. If CC is involved, it's always foul.
Right. That's true.
And on top of that, intentional. Don't throw internet rocks at me. I'm making a joke. But no, really, yeah.
That's true.
And part of it, she's able to sell it. But a lot of times we're watching on TV that nobody touched you, young lady. And some of the times you're shooting into them. So that's one of the things that I would do that when I would, how I would guard CC is the way that the Raven did. She gave plenty of space. She had her hands straight out. She was crouched down. She was moving her feet. She didn't cross her feet. She's moving her hips, and she just kept tracking her. And then she would make a move that would make CC have to change direction. See, that's the thing. Hannah Hidalgo does it really well. She's jabbing. That's my thing on defense. I'm constantly like picking my spots to jab, make you change. You're not going to tell me where you want to go. I'm going to make you go where I want you to go. That's defense.
Mm-hmm.
And CC is the way that now Bree Hall tried to do it, but she was way too far back. Raven had just the right amount of space and distance. And then when she started to make her move, what she's going to do, she's going to take you right into Aaliyah Boston or Timpson, or she's taking you into a screen. When she starts to make that move, you have no choice but to, it's time for you to move. You know who did a good job the other night was Flau'jae. She did. Okay.
Yeah.
She did way better the last game. I agree. If I recall correctly, Enrique wasn't in her landing space initially. No, it was the secondary step after. She was turning her back. Yeah. Whatever it was, it kind of got right behind the shooter's foot. It was nasty looking. I was like, damn, that could have been nasty. Like, she should have just backed off. Like, I don't even know what she was thinking. I know that loss hurt, but you know what? Hey, they got their get back. The Aces got their get back. Yeah, everybody's all lined up. So listen, where are we at, chat, with standings? Anybody want to help me pull this? I'm gonna pull this up. I want to know, where are we at with standings? Because we have,
The link should be number 1.
let's see, where do I find that at? Oh, there it is, WNBA. Standings.
I want to say it's the Lynx and the Aces are 1 and 2.
Okay, so the league standings is Lynx and the Aces, Valks are third. Look at Dallas, man. They wow. Dallas is 4. Indiana is 5. And
Yeah, the Fever done won 3 straight.
6, Washington 7, New York 8. Okay, we'll stop right there because the rest of the group are not even, they're like 5 games behind. So this is the top 8 if we were to go into playoffs tomorrow. So the conferences, let's look at the Eastern Conference. Indiana is at the top of the Eastern Conference. Anybody see that? Did anybody see that coming? It's only by 1 spot.
No.
Washington is 3rd. Didn't see that coming. I'm proud of them. Then New York, then Toronto, then Chicago, then the Sun. Okay, Minnesota over here on the West Coast. Then the Aces. Minnesota's still over the Aces, and they are well ahead of the Aces by 4 spots. The Valks are right behind the Aces. Dallas is right behind Valks. And after that, no. Portland and Phoenix and LA and Seattle are way behind. So here we go. The top 4 teams for the West Coast: Minnesota, Vegas, Valks, and Wings. Top teams for the East are Indiana, Dream, Mystics, Liberty. Today's game, Seattle plays Atlanta. Dallas plays Washington. Portland plays Indiana. Did y'all get today's matchup?
Yeah, the Dallas-Washington game, that's going to be the game right there.
That's what I wanted to know. What's the game tonight?
That is. I like that.
Dallas, Washington?
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Washington need it because where are they in the standings? I think they're gonna try to make
Washington is 3rd, and they in the league. Okay, they're 3rd in the East, and they are ranked 7th.
Okay, that's good. Okay, but it's still. Well, I don't know.
So they get because New York is 16 and 13, right?
So it's a must win for I thought it must win for must win for the Mystics too.
So if Washington loses, then they'll drop to 8.
Yeah, that's what's a must win for Washington because you don't want to drop 8th and have to play us. Play certain teams. You trying to avoid certain teams.
Yeah, you don't want to play Minnesota, even though they beat Minnesota. You don't want to.
But that's not. You don't want to play in the playoffs. They're still young. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't want to play them if I was Minnesota either.
That's true.
Because check this out: if you're number 1, right? Let's say Washington, Atlanta, or New York have the scary chance of dropping to 8. Any of those teams, the Lynx are going to battle the Dream or the Mystics or the Liberty, or do they even want to battle Indiana? Like, no matter what, being in that top spot is a trip. When I look at it here, Minnesota, they real comfortable, 24 and 6, and the Aces are 20 and 8. That's the next team behind. And then the Valks, see the Aces need to worry about Golden State because Natalie Nakase is coming for your ass.
Yep. And Natalie know their secrets. Yeah.
Natalie knows their secrets. You're right. Natalie knows their secrets and knows they is coming for their ass. And this is only her 3rd year?
Mm-hmm.
Because she said the organization.
Her 2nd year. They've been in the league only. What's the 2nd? I don't know. I forget.
Wait a minute. You might be right. If this is her 2nd year, that's freaking scary.
That is. I think that they missing something, and I think
they're missing something. They are.
They still need that go
But
to
that's
the
why
person.
but that's why they're talking about. They look horrible without Gabby on the floor, and Gabby's not even that much of an offensive minded thing. That's why they're talking maybe possibly Kelsey Plum. But every time we mention Kelsey, everybody thinks Kelsey's the ball hog. Kelsey just will disrupt and not share the ball. Where over in the Valks area, they share the ball. Everybody gets involved. That's offensive. You know, they play team ball, and that's what Kelsey. You know,
And they have a legit bench too. Let's not leave that out.
yeah, okay, facts, and that's the thing about this whole thing. Does Minnesota have a bench? I've heard the Aces don't have a bench. You just said Golden State has a bench. Does Dallas have
Golden
a bench?
State okay. They okay. Golden State bench. I like Minnesota. It's decent. It's decent. Who's going on the Aces?
You guys, people tell me they don't, but I think it's
Not
Jewel Lloyd.
not
It's
really.
Jewel Lloyd. It's Dana.
June Lloyd is washed. Dana Evans is average. No, the Aces don't have a bench.
We need who, BD. I keep echoing. Jewel, I don't know what you're gonna get from her. She ain't the same. She's not consistent. Dana
The Aces beat the Valkyrie 3 times already. Casey
Right.
said 3 times.
But we'll see. We'll see how they do in the playoffs, though. Valkyrie, that was regular season. We'll see. I don't know. But I don't see.
Yeah, June Lloyd is washed. She's a shell of what she used to be.
Do you have something? Because I keep echoing every time you come in.
Oh, he turned his mic off. When he talks, you can't talk. You have to let him finish because when you talk,
You got what?
When he talks, you're gonna have to mute yourself. You can't talk when he talks, but when he talks, because when he takes his mic off, and if somebody tries to talk, that's when the scratching comes in.
Oh, I'm just saying if he right, I don't. Dana gonna have to play like she did last year. Jewel, I don't know.
Jewel played well in the playoffs, remember? And
yeah,
Dana.
she played. Yeah, they going to have the same thing because I don't know. A lot of these teams they're gonna play have a better bench than they had to me.
And then Chelsea, they got Cheyenne Parker. They got they don't play Janiyah Barker. That would have been nice if they would have brought her up.
Juju.
You know?
Really, ain't nobody scared of that bench.
Yeah, I know. I'm not naming them because I think I'm naming players. I'm just trying to tell you who was over there. But because I already said that they don't have a bench really, honestly. And then Minnesota, they've been doing well. I think they're fine. I don't think they need anything. I think they don't need to trade for anything. If I were them, Washington, I don't think needs anybody at all. I would leave them the way they are, continuing to develop them as they are. Like you said, there's something I'm missing in an ingredient, and I don't want to disrupt the Valkyries.
You know what I wish? I wish they would have kept Kennedy. I don't know what happened. Because by herself,
MDT is here.
Yeah, she brings. He was up top. She brings that fear. You know, somebody who gonna guard her. She could bring
MDT. Just a link.
You know, yeah. So I don't know.
I think me and MDT, we get up here, we clown, we joke. But one thing I will say, the reason I struggled, and I see why I struggled. The reason I struggled about trading this. Usually I can say, yeah, this person should go here. I'm just like the lead. There wasn't very many people that need to move. You know, Skylar's sitting out, Kelsey's sitting out. But the problem with that is, listen to me out. Nobody needs Kelsey or Skylar. And then Anissa, she's always that's a good pluck. I think Emily Angstler, that's a good pluck for somebody. I think Jade Milburn needs to go somewhere. I think the Seattle needs somebody to match with Heidemann, and they'll be right. They'll be good. But I think anybody like that's a 1-year vet type of thing, like Enrique and all the other people that have been named, they're not going to want to go to a bottom feeder. What people are looking for are out of the top 8 teams that want to make a run for the championship, who these players that I've named, who could use them, and nobody feels that they can. And I can tell you why. I can look at why somebody wouldn't want Enrique, why someone wouldn't want Kelsey, why someone wouldn't want Skylar. We're looking for.
Well, I can understand that. Skylar a head case. Don't nobody want to deal with that.
I didn't. Wait, go ahead.
I mean, I'm a Skylar Diggins fan. I think on the court, she's a phenomenal player. Let's call her ace and a spade. She's a head case. And Kennedy Carter's the same thing. She's a head case, even though she's phenomenal on the court. But, she's a head case.
Wait, no, I say hold on. BD, she crashed out. Yeah, but you know what it is? It's more of, I like Skylar, but I'm not pairing her with that her contract she has is going to be hard to move. As much people like Skylar, the team that have a chance to.
Same thing. Well, the same thing with Kelsey. Same thing with Kelsey Plum.
Well, no.
No. Money. I'm talking about money.
Right. But Kelsey, the difference is Kelsey. I don't think they're gonna trade her right now. You're right. But she only had that 1 year deal. They have a 2 year for Skylar, so they'll have to do it on the off season and see how they gonna work that out.
Now I understand why Kelsey Plum left to go to LA to get her bag. I'm for people getting their bag, but I think she made a mistake leaving the Aces. She should have just stayed her ass on the Aces and let that dynasty continue.
I can't say that. I can't say that. Maybe not LA, but no. No, I can't say that. She wanted her own situation. She bumped head with Becky, and maybe it was good for her to leave somewhere.
Somebody told me the other day when I said she bumped head with Becky's that wasn't true, and I said yes, it is.
It was. Yeah, it was obvious.
That's what I thought. I said you didn't see what was good. Nah, they love it. I said nah, bro. They were scapegoating her. They were blaming her for everything.
Well, I don't think they was scapegoating her, but the problem is,
because they were all not playing well. It was
the things,
not just one
right? That's true. But the things that they try to get Kennedy for, as far as not playing defense, she wasn't playing defense.
What?
Truth be told, when has Kennedy Carter ever been a defensive stalwart?
I said that's why they jumped on her, because she didn't play defense, and Becky Hammond want them to play defense. That's what I said. I said Kennedy Carter. I said they.
No, you're saying that they jumped on Plum for not playing defense.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The same thing they did to Kennedy. Right.
That's
what I said.
Yeah.
Because she will be like, as I love Kennedy, sometimes she just have a one-track mind, which means I just want to score. You have to play defense a little bit. I'm not saying you have to be a stopper, but you have to make the person you defending play honest. You know what I mean?
That, and you got to learn to keep your mouth shut too. That would help.
I mean, I don't know.
Not for nothing. People history precedes themselves, and when you have a history of running your mouth and not getting along with other players, when you get it,
wait, stop. Because he's echoing. You have to mute yourselves and let him finish. Ms. D, hold your thoughts, sweetie. Go ahead, Big D.
No, I was saying when you have a history that precedes you already of not being able to get along with the other players on your team, and then you get a second chance and a third chance to come back into the league. We all know you can play. I mean, when does it kick in that you need to keep your mouth shut? When does that kick in? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
BD. No, because we don't know what happened. We don't know what happened. I don't think that was she ran her. I don't know what happened. We don't know. You assume that she ran her mouth. I don't know that. I'm not gonna put that in the atmosphere. I don't know.
Okay, so hold on. Let me welcome to the stage MDT. MDT,
hey.
Hello, Juju.
You want to weigh in on the conversation? Go
yeah,
for it.
hi Ms. D. Hi Big Dog.
Let's do
How you
something.
doing, brother?
Let me do something, and no one interrupt. You get a 1 to 2 minute. If you want to use your whole 2 minute, but when you're done, you say I'm done. I'm gonna give you a 2 minute soliloquy here. Go ahead.
Okay, so I've been listening. I assume we're talking about Kennedy Carter. She's bounced around the league a little bit, so far as I know. Had some things not work out. Played overseas, played in the Middle East, I believe. Played in Mexico as of recent. Got a shot in Vegas, and the only thing I knew her about any type of her speaking out was that some sort of social media post somewhere where she said something about being on the leash, and then maybe she got a little bit banged up there in Vegas. Played a little bit. And I think a lot of people out there, this isn't me saying this, but a lot of people out there were saying that this was her last shot to make it back. And it just didn't work out there for every reason. Ms. D just pointed out, we don't really know. We're all speculating. That is true. And we don't. But doesn't it seem like you could make a case to where that was going to be the last stop? And if it didn't work out there, it was going to be more difficult for her to sustain her career in the WNBA. I was openly rooting for her. Yeah, Juju, if you recall that, I said that way back, maybe a month or two ago. I want to see her do well because she is an extremely talented player and she can play in this league. But for whatever reason, whatever that is, and I don't want to speculate what that could be, it hasn't worked out. But I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if she gets another shot at it, but it does kind of feel in a way like this was kind of it for that, at least for a little while. So that's all I got on that, folks.
Well, I'll say this. I think Kennedy Carter need to go to one of these new expansion teams that's going to come out next year, and they need to make it her team where she's the legit number one option. I think that was her real issue with the Aces, that she wanted to start. But my thing is, you got Jackie Young on the team. You got Chelsea Gray on the team. There was no way you were going to start. There was no way you were going to start there. So you're supposed to just come off the bench, shut your mouth, and play your game.
Yeah.
Period.
You keep saying that. We don't know. We don't know that. BB, close your mic. We don't know that what she said or didn't say. You speculate now. And also, it's not that she was coming off the bench. The problem was, first she got sick, and she missed some games. Okay, that's fine. She was coming off the bench. You even cut the the minutes that she had coming off the bench, and she was not getting a lot in the first place. That was the problem, and I understand where she's coming from that point. Because when you think about the bench, she needs to be the first person. I love Jewel Lloyd, but she need to be the sixth person to come off the bench, and then Jewel, first person you need to call, because she's gonna give you multiple points, and before you look up, she got like 12 points. So you even cut the minutes that she had. So that's the problem, and I don't think she talked a lot. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm speculating. Go ahead.
I am speculating because I understand her history. She just hasn't been bounced around just because she's been bounced around. Like her history. Listen,
hold on. Because I'm echoing now. BD gets 2 minutes. It's 1:59, almost 2:00. Go.
Okay, Kennedy Carter, we all know she's an incredible talent. We all know this. We all watched her play. And just like MDT said, I was also openly rooting for Kennedy Carter to do well and to be successful. When I watched her in the preseason, I was like, yes, Vegas is going to be a problem with this woman coming off the bench, because can't nobody really stay in front of Kennedy Carter. At least I haven't seen too many people just be able to stay in front of Kennedy Carter like that. So what that tells me, if you're willing just to let that kind of talent walk out the door, or you just wave that person, it's something else up. It got to be, because it's not about basketball at that point, because we all know the talent. So it got to be something that's not basketball. is what I'm saying. And it keeps happening. It's not like this is just a one-off. This is a 2-3 off at this point. It got that she not talking then what it is. What you tell me? What is it? If she not running her mouth saying she want this or she don't want that or she not making some kind of demand, then tell me what you, because I'm at a loss because the talent is too good to just waive her the way she been getting waived. You understand what I'm saying? The talent is too good for that. So it got to be something that doesn't have nothing to do with basketball and has something to do with her and her attitude. And I'm done with that.
Okay, now you 2 minutes, Miss D, go for it.
First of all, like I said, we don't know what happened with those other teams, and I'll tell you why. Because now, when you look at it, there's a lot of politics, a lot of. I noticed something about especially it's now. It didn't used to be like that to me, but now the WNBA is behaving like the NBA, where you got a lot of politics. I don't know what we'll say. Once you get the so-called reputation, now you a bad girl, and that's kind of crazy. And like I said, I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna speculate that she talked a lot because she don't seem like the type that talks. Maybe that's the problem. She. I keep saying this. I don't want to hurt nobody. People want to tell me the value of Kirsten Bell, but well, they never say anything about basketball with Kirsten. They say, "Oh, she's a good teammate. She Asia won." That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's not gonna win you on the court. So she strikes me as a person. I may be wrong. That don't kiss no booty. She just look. Just give me the ball. I'm playing. That's it. I ain't trying to be your friend. I ain't trying to do no TikToks. You cool, but I ain't trying to be all buddy. And it probably rubs people the wrong way. Instead of just using her like she need to be used, she just bought ball, and I think that rubbed them people the wrong way. I don't think she meant any harm, but when I look at that bench, who can get their shot? Who gonna get 2 points like that? Just leave her alone. She's not gonna be what you want her to be. Mm-hmm. That's just. I'm not saying she's right in every situation. I'm not saying that, but sometimes people can put a label on you that's not true, and it affects you, and then so that's why things happening to her. There's a lot of politics. You got a lot of players in the league that don't belong, but just because they get along with certain players or they're a good person, you're gonna stick. Because I see a lot of players that don't belong. I'm not trying to be funny. Yeah, and I see a lot of players that do belong that's not in there. So it's just like a bunch of politics. But I'm through.
Well, here's the thing about the politics part. With money comes politics. You always had politics in the W. It just hasn't been this pronounced because, one, people weren't watching the W like that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And second, they weren't producing financially like that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That's just the reality, right? So with money comes politics. They got their new CBA. These women got everything that they wanted. So, of course, the politics is going to be there. And it's going to be even more pronounced now because these women are starting to make millions of dollars. And, like my man Biggie said, more money, more problems. That's just what it is. And it's always been that way.
Let me get to my chat real quick. A lot has been said. I've been putting it up slowly. I'm going to start. If I recall correctly, Enrique wasn't in her landing space. Okay, we'll move on. Hold on. Great. Let me read this about, right? There was a question, but don't answer it yet. For you, Big Dog, hold on to this thought. Who do you think is better between Asia and Stewie, though? Hold on to that thought. You said Asia. Oh, you already answered Asia. Okay. Next one. Portland is missing Barker. I hate that, too. It might hurt them. They need Barker's tenacity. I like Sarah Ashley Barker a lot. Next thing. Let's see. That was back in the past. Let me get down here to where I was seeing some stuff. The Japanese player, Yamamoto, who was hired by the Aces, also doesn't play defense. Kennedy Carter out was for something else next. While shoot, now people know Kennedy is the problem. Them dumb narratives are dead. Tiffany came in and said, "What up, panel?" Okay. Then when she got to the Aces, I knew that if she leave there, we know Kennedy the problem. Big dog, it's not about basketball, it's politics. Kate Martin has no business being on a roster instead of Kennedy or Deja. Next. My homegirl, I think you're talking about LDR. She had a lot going on, some things personal going on, and she just didn't have the time to do that. I'll see what I can do come college season. I'll probably see her at the games too. WNBA was political, but on the activist side. But now money coming in. I want to talk about that. I love that why she brought that up, because money is changing these athletes in a sense where they come off to me a little bit, starting to get a little bit entitled. I'll give you an example. In my day, from the beginning of the WNBA to up until maybe Diana lost, the attitude left, but the attitude was about, we're going to do whatever it takes. If it takes playing for $30,000 for 3 months, and then it became $50,000 for 4 months, and as we went up, it was just the top people that got a lot of money. We did whatever it took. We didn't have they didn't have no charter flights, right? They didn't have some of the, obviously the things that the facilities were. Should I used to see my Sparks play at the gym that I used to play with some former college and pro stars, overseas stars, and Sparks would come and play with us. But my point is, we knew in the beginning whatever it took just to jump it off. Now these kids are coming in with NIL, and it's only from Angel and Clark's standpoint that it starts with that. And then the money's getting funny. The money's starting to get higher and higher. And what I don't like is to see something like the attitude. Well, Caitlin doesn't want to do the 3-point shot contest. Why? You know, you're not like LeBron. You're letting Nike control you. Nike didn't want LeBron to get embarrassed because he's not creative, because of what happened at the Jordan camp. He got blown out. He did something crazy there that got out, and they even blocked it from us seeing it. If she doesn't do well in that 3-point contest, then it's going to blow the whole agenda, propaganda of her being this best 3-point shooter, when we clearly saw a clinic with a rookie, AZ Fudd, that stepped on in. Allie Quigley is the all-time best all-around 4-time champ. And then we got little AZ Fudd. I want to see Kelly McBride. I wanted to see Caitlin Clark. I wanted to see Sabrina Ionescu. And then throw in AZ Fudd. Why aren't you trying to grow the league? And then it's not even just them. It's just other players. Like, we get out, especially with the All-Star game. And I know it has a lot to do with the timing of when they last played their regular game and to the next regular game. That's what they said. There's not enough room for rest. They don't want to get injured, blah, 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 right? My thing is, like, it didn't matter back in my day with the players. They was down for whatever. They was excited for whatever. Like, do what we got to do. And they played East and West. They played hard. They played with pride. They getting kind of like too cutesy, and I think it has a lot to do with money. Now, let me move on to the next one. But I believe the Aces, the place that should have handled Kennedy. Kennedy, if you guys remember, MDT was alluding to it when he said, basically he made a comment. He was going back and forth on threads about the AZ, because AZ cooked her. And, you know, but one thing, she said one thing before that, she was like, well, if they take the leash off me, meaning like, you know, let me go, let me loose. You know, and then another time she said, Becky was like, she started kind of pouting because she wasn't in at the end of the games where everybody could feel like put her in, because Jackie wasn't playing well. They knew that Jackie was going through some things personal, and I feel like, Jackie, if you're going through something personal, sit down and let her come in. But hey, that's how they run their organization. I question Becky and some of the decisions that she makes and how cutthroat she can be, and I think she's kind of cutthroat. And then another person, Tiffany, said this. Tiffany, and I know Tiffany's gonna say something to you guys that's really unpopular, but I want you to just be open-minded when I read it. Asia has rookies with kitty backpacks when they join the team. If you don't fall into her rhyme and rhythm, you don't stay. Kennedy was Becky's pick, not Asia. KB is Asia's pick, and so is Latson. Now, I want to get to something else that Tiffany said. Ace's politics have been shady, big dog. You ain't been paying attention. The Hamby situation, the Kia, the KP, the Hayes, Alicia Clark, all left the Aces disgruntled. If it was any other team, it would be front page. I'd have to agree. Hold on. I'm going to keep going to see if Tiffany says anything else. There's a YouTuber out there that think Asia is behind all the moves. Okay, that's what MDT do. Your generation was selfless and had endurance. That mentality was inherited by Moore and Candace, etc. as well to an extent. To an extent is right. Nike is the reason why CeCe wasn't on the third. I figured so. I figured, but her fans blame the W. Exactly. Okay, I'll give you that. Let me stop right there. I want you guys to tell me your thoughts on what Tiffany said, because I kind of feel, and it's unpopular for me to feel that way, but I want to hear what you guys have to say, because I kind of fall in line where I agree with Tiffany. Who wants to go first?
On what part of what she said? The politics part, or the Asia Wilson part?
Both.
Okay, the Asia Wilson part. I hate to make an NBA comparison, but I'm going to. Michael Jordan was an asshole, but people fell in line despite that, because he was the greatest thing there. Asia Wilson has the same issue. She probably an asshole, but but she's Asia Wilson. She could do that. You can't argue 4 chips and 3 MVPs, or 3 chips or 4 MVPs, whatever. I might got it backwards or forwards or something, but you're not arguing with that at the end of the day.
But I didn't want to interrupt you, but guess what? Damn all that. Some people ain't, you know what? Damn all that. Like, just because Michael Jordan did it doesn't mean she's Michael fucking Jordan. But that's not a matter. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. You coming in, I'm this and I'm that, and I'm this and I'm that. And I'm like, you losing the plot. We haven't been long enough around to be acting that way. Like, you're taking away from entertainment. I want to see Kennedy goddamn Carter. But go ahead.
Well, again, once people start getting money and Nike deals, and you already done won some stuff, your ego is going to become inflated. That's just human nature. So if it's Asia the reason,
I think Asia's heart is in the right place. Asia seems to me to be like, you're not going to mess up my family. Nothing here is going to mess up what we got going on here. And I think she means it from her heart as a protection. I don't think that I'm the greatest, fall in line with me. I kind of feel like it's more like she's Big Mama protecting her hens, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, ego comes in many different forms. It could be a nurturing form. It could be an asshole form. It could be all types of forms. Ego is ego at the end of the day. And when you know you the best player in the world, you could pull strings and say stuff that other people can't say. And this is why I was trying to say about Kennedy Carter, you done had 3 chances already to get right, and you still can't get right. Like, keep your mouth shut and just play. If they need you to come off the bench, come off the bench. All you need to take me off the leash. All the complaining, like, shut up.
Shut up. That's okay. No, now you're talking about shut up and just dribble. No, she has a right to complain. First of all, you assuming that she was talking. She don't come off as the person that talks like that. And another thing, she doesn't come off as I forgot what I was gonna say. Her numbers when she came back sick, I don't know what happened. She had some kind of illness, I guess. I don't know. Her numbers was even cut from her bench play. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that she don't have the right to say anything. I'm saying she's not in the position to say anything. Having the right to say something and being in the position
Position
to say
how?
something
She
are
hasn't.
two
Look, hold
different
on.
things.
Hold on. She didn't say anything wrong. It's not. She was not blatant with that. And like I said, we don't know what she did say or didn't say. It don't seem like she said anything. Because if it did, somebody gonna say something. Believe me, believe you me. If she did something, somebody gonna snitch. So I can't say that she said anything. That's not fair to you putting words in her mouth, and she probably didn't say nothing. What I think happened, and like Tiffany, she was thinking with the same thing I was thinking.
Which one? Let me see. Hold on. Tiffany said something right here. She said,
What?
edit. Okay, right here. That part. She
Right.
said MDT. Okay, that's exactly how I feel. Stewie got rid of Sloop, but she didn't make it a big deal. I think so. Same with Saab, who got rid of Sandy. Whoa. And all Becky and Asia had to do is just not let a bad narrative run on Ken. Like they made soft landings for Nye. They made soft landings for who was the other one you guys said? A soft landing for Nye and not Deja.
Mm-mm.
Kate Martin. But
Right.
you didn't do that for Ken. Well, as far
Again,
as
having the right to say something.
Wait, let me go to something real quick. And I want to see, I got to get Tiffany's thoughts. Now that Deja Carrington, whatever her name is, Carrington put it out there, you notice, because I kept on looking like, why is Deja Kelly not on this team when she's playing the way she played? And then Alicia and I, and then they're both fucking around with Nalissa. And now we see why they're not there.
You know what? I don't know. I don't want to put.
It sure is a hot coincidence.
I know that, but you know what? Let me say this. Tiffy said something earlier. I want to go back to that, and let's put this in perspective about Asia. I'm gonna do what BD do. The NBA has always had that. Look, if Asia is doing things behind the scenes, I'm not mad at it. It's just a way to do it. And Magic Johnson, that's not all I am. Magic Johnson. I remember Paul Westfield. He got rid of players. Yeah, Westhead, whatever his name is. He got rid of him. Players do it all the time. They get rid of coaches, but it's a way you do that. With the reputation, you talk about Kennedy's reputation. Let's talk about the Aces reputation. They're coming off a lawsuit or some kind of disagreement with Derek and Hamby.
Salary cap circuit. Yeah, that was lawsuit, and then lately the salary
and
cap.
And then, of course, we don't know what happened with Clark. So they got rid of a lot of veterans. Why didn't Tip Hayes come back
Alicia
with
Clark,
the Aces?
Alicia Clark.
She had a good role with them. That's what we think.
Kelsey Plum left.
Kelsey
right.
Plum,
So they're not innocent.
Kia Stokes, Sid Colson. What are you doing?
Well, Sid was getting older. Sid, I'm not saying Sid probably left on good terms. We're talking about people. We're talking about people with that probably left on some kind of disagreement, either with Becky. I don't think it was Asia, but Asia, she kind of sat quiet when certain things were happening. That's the problem I have with her sometimes. So right. So that's what I'm saying. So players are even like, hey, you're not appreciating me. You're not appreciating me
real well.
And so there's nothing wrong with Asia did, but I keep hearing things that saying that when Asia feel threatened, as far as players that could probably get more attention. I'm not saying they're gonna be better than. I'm not saying Kennedy is better than Asia. I'm not saying it. I'm talking about Kennedy was becoming a fan favorite. Did that hurt her ego? Did you know what I mean?
That's
a young lady. Somebody was saying that. And I had to go back.
Those are great questions.
What?
Those are great questions, Miss D.
So right. So it's nothing wrong with Asia making stuff behind the scenes. It's the way you do it. So you leave these players the way they leave and make it seem like they're not good teammates. You know what I'm trying to say?
Well,
and it's probably just the opposite.
winning cures a lot of dysfunction, if that's what you want to call it. It may not even be that. And I heard you earlier talk about what Kennedy Carter, not a big
Right.
talker, and I only saw that post. That's it. Nothing else besides that. But we don't know, like you were saying, we're all speculating. We don't know what's going on in the locker room, but it is hard to argue with the organization has had the kind of success that they've had, even though to what Juju was saying, hey, listen, you got an incredible talent here, but with all these people that have come and gone,
right,
it's hard to argue with the Aces formula. Look what they did last year.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop you there. Dennis Rodman was a head case, but Michael was able to kind of like work with him, right? But he was able to remain and take them to championships. Another head case, World Meta Peace, came up to my LA here. He's got mental health issues, and they were able to win championships with him. So as far as like dissing somebody for mental health issues or problems in the locker room, you know how many people I can name in the NBA with problems in the locker room that they worked with as long as they could until they couldn't, and that won championships. Becky she has a short,
exactly.
And it's in context. The Bulls, the 90s Bulls was different. Phil Jackson's up there, Michael Jordan, this aura about him. Scotty was there, but
was Rodman. He has some issues. People put up. Look, let me say
this.
This.
But according to Rodman, he never spoke to Pippen, and he never spoke to Michael Jordan.
That's why I think Kennedy. She probably always spoke to Asia like that.
Yeah.
So how you gonna make her seem like she talked too much? She probably ain't say shit and stuff. I'm about to say something else. She probably ain't say nothing to them. But that's the problem. It seems like I like Asia, but she's still like the type you got to kiss her booty a little bit, and she ain't.
And those are fair points too.
Okay, not for nothing. I know y'all want to mention Dennis Rodman, but Dennis Rodman is a bad example only because Dennis Rodman had already proven himself. Dennis Rodman already had 2 chips. Kennedy Carter ain't never win nothing. So like you comparing apples to oranges. Like you can't listen. Again, having the right to say something.
Big dog. I didn't just name. You just made a great point about Dennis, but you didn't say nothing about World Meta Peace. He didn't win anything either, and we took him in, and we still worked with him and got him right and got him help.
Right,
we got him help.
Right, and let me say this. If you're gonna call yourself a good coach, think about Phil Jackson. You got Phil Jackson that had to deal with Dennis a little bit. Even Chuck Daly. Dennis, look, just like Kennedy, they probably had some mental health issues. They did. I mean, I love Dennis. He had some mental health, even with the Pistons, because you had to kind of with Dennis. He wanted to know. He might be Kennedy, and I'll tell you why. Because Kennedy, go back and look. When Spoon was coaching her, she has the tendency to be nurturing, and Becky don't have that patience. Spoon has patience, and she's a nurturer. So Kennedy with Spoon would have thrived. She still would have been in the league if Spoon, because she know how to handle that type of. It's just something about Spoon. She know how to handle different personalities, and as good as Becky is, will make you a great coach. Is to learn how to deal with people with different personalities. Kennedy has mental issues. She's not a bad person. You gonna have look. Every locker room every person like we perfect. She even said out her mouth that she getting counseling. You come on now. You can't work with her. Come on.
Okay, now
again, having the right to say something and being in the position to say something is 2 completely different things, y'all. It's different.
You ain't getting a point.
Okay, we don't know what she said, but let me go back to
exactly.
Tiffany said, "Wake that up, Miss D. Deja Kelly and Kennedy both have huge fan bases and media attention. It's not one post. NIL fan fave in Vegas. Funny how that works. Do you know what she means? Read it. Can you see the screen? Maybe you could address that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right. It's still like for some time I'm not putting things like I said BD is by saying that she talked too much. I don't think she talked at all. She just made one comment about the leash and all that stuff, and she got in back and forth with
some
AZ,
fans, right?
Other than that,
I
don't see her being in the locker room talking to anybody.
Again, all it takes is one when you already living on the edge. She was already living on the edge, Ms. D.
Look, no, BD. She was not living on the edge. Think about it. You know what? I thought about it. I say she got this bad reputation. Have you ever heard anything that Kennedy Carter did outside of basketball? I don't see a police blotter. I don't see not a peep out of her. She has a mental issue problem. You can handle that, but she hasn't. She's not on the. She's not. Off the court cause any problems. So I don't get it. Go ahead.
Do you think Liz Cambridge had that same issue?
Ooh.
Now you trying to now you can try to play her to Liz Cambridge. Liz she do have some she's not Liz. She's definitely not Liz Cambridge. Liz probably got into it with some teammates. I don't see Kennedy getting into it with teammates.
So Big Dog was mentioning maybe Kennedy Carter take another year off and then come back in another year. So no 2027. So Juju Cleveland 2028.
Hey, MDT, real talk. You know what kind of backcourt that would be? A Juju Watkins, Kennedy Carter backcourt? Who's doing anything with that?
Well, that might be I'm
for real. Who's doing anything with that?
Because Cleveland won't get that pick because they'll be an expansion team, so they won't get a number one. It'll be somebody already playing. So
okay.
Yeah. Besides, I think Juju's already got dibs on her going to LA, so you're gonna have to work that out with her. Juju's already working the phone. She told me already, off camera.
Honestly, I don't think Juju is even coming out this year.
Nah,
that's just my personal opinion. I don't think she's coming out this year.
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
I don't think she is. Unless my inside conversations have changed. She's
see? What did I tell you?
She might be, but as far as I know, she's not. So.
I don't know.
I just told you, Miss.
I don't know if Asia won the stars. I don't know, but it just seemed like
that's right.
It seemed like she got the stars, but the problem is the difference between Kelsey. Let me say this. It's gonna sound crazy. Kelsey and Jackie are stars.
Okay, we'll see, Tiff. We'll see,
Tiff. But the problem, the issue is Kelsey and Jackie. They kind of.
That's right. Nature said. Wait, this is funny. I gotta agree with her though. If Carter has mental issues, then half the pro players.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
I can name a few.
Okay, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. My phone about to die, so I gotta drop. Thank you for having me on, Juju. I'll be in check. My phone about to die.
I'll see you again.
Big Dog. Thank you, Big Dog. I feel like, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, Juju better come out. Please hold on. Sorry. Juju better come out. No elite player should be staying 4 years plus. Paige redeemed herself. VI a ring or staying was crazy. Oh, you mean like if she gets a ring, you want her to come out? Okay. I think I want her to get 2 rings. Because I want a lot of the stuff in the WNBA to get their freaking act together, personally.
Definitely stepping in it. Here, there, top down.
Yeah, from the top down. I need them to get their act together.
You know what I thought? I wanted to say this, but I forgot. They should have put out a memo, about 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Hey, listen, everybody's watching us. We really, really have to button it down. And this is Kathy that needs to say this, and she needs to also.
And we don't need to see it. This is internal. Say that to them.
Yeah, we don't need to see it. And she needs to say, "I'll stop saying
Carter
too."
We're talking about Carter on the bench. I'm not saying Jackie is not.
Wait. Well, you're having a side conversation. Let MDT make his finish what he said, honey. Go ahead, MDT.
Oh. Well, I was just saying that if you do something like that, then Kathy, she needs to own her own mistakes and say, "And I'll quit saying stupid crap." So that's essentially it. Yeah.
It's not Kathy. Kathy is just a puppet.
You're right, but she's going
the real. We need Adam Silver to stay out the way.
But he takes bullets for the NBA, and it's her job to take bullets for the WNBA.
But she's not. She's not. He's taking over. More. He already,
Well, allegedly that he allegedly told her to suspend AT.
Exactly.
But she's still the one that when they call for the commissioner, it's her showing up. So publicly, she's the one taking the bullets. And at a minimum, stop saying stupid stuff. Just she can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, until we can get somebody else. I saw a list of potential candidates for her contracts up at the end of the year.
Yeah.
They would do themselves, in my opinion, some favors of getting somebody else, somebody who can do better PR. And from what I hear, she's great at business. She was CEO of Deloitte, the people who run the app.
Yes.
So she can do that. You can get some business people, but you need somebody like a Roger Goodell that can handle or even Adam Silver to a degree, handle all the tough questions, deflect as necessary, and just handle business. But
now she don't know how to do that.
Terrible at that.
She is terrible.
I think the biggest thing is what Washu and guys are saying is that she doesn't have a good she doesn't have empathy, and she doesn't have a good relationship with players, checking on them. The stars that are injured, it's just players in general, calling them up, or like Asia made a little shady thing, like, yeah, I only talk to her when I get an award. Like, I mean, that's not good,
Right, that's not.
But I have all my hair. No way would I touch the commissioner position.
Sign Brazil up tomorrow.
I've been qualified, but interpersonal. Some people are like that. What's up, Dwayne? She be acting like the tough stuff don't exist. Yeah. I mean, that takes a real skill to handle the tough stuff. It really does. A lot of things that need to be addressed, and statements put out, and talk to the fans, talk to us. Like a lot of stuff that floats around out there and goes unchecked is really not good. You can't really control like content creators, things like that. But as far as like other narratives that a lot of the TV ones are catching up to and realizing, and that MDT has even come to realize, doesn't stop him from being a fan of hers or any of Clark's or anything like that. But she doesn't understand how she seems to be cleaning it up, and if she continues to play with that type of attitude, and it's going to make her more mainstream appealing, and it's also going to help the game, because attacking the refs, staring down play, like the way Angel and Paige are good friends. They collab together on VC. They've been knowing each other since they were young. But when they get on the court, they was talking shit. But guess what? And they meant every word of it. They wanted to win that game. But when Clark does it, I hate to say this, but the look in her eyes is always like she thinks someone's trying to hurt her, and then she looks back at them with despise and hate, and like I can like that kid that used to get their ass kicked, that little white girl, and that was in a majority black school getting her ass kicked and still want to talk shit. That's what she does. And she starts shit, and she throws her hand, throws a rock and hides her hand. Teachers come out, and all they see is me and her, and we get the backlash for we're the thugs, we're the this, we're the that. And she doesn't understand that that's what she's perpetuating that. She's keeping it going. It's like talk shit and move on. But what bothers me is she has this sassy look at her. Like it's just different. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. I can feel it from other players. I don't feel when they look at her that there's this hate like the way she does. But they see it on our face. They think we're hating on her. But no, we hate what you're doing. We hate what you're getting, little things that you're getting away with it and trying to blame it on us. Like the flailing, like her and Ryan Howard, when they were going back and forth and stuff like that. Ryan is like, stop that shit, man. And she's like, I'm not afraid of you. Bitch, nobody said, nobody's asking you to be afraid of me. Why did you have to go there? I'm not afraid of you. Well, who? Why would you think I want you to be afraid of me? I want you to stop doing what you're doing. I'm guarding you, and you're flat hitting me in my face. you're flailing, all that kind of stuff, and it just gets crazy. So that's the problem that I have. It looks more on her part like she's believing what's being said.
She doesn't want to take it as good as she's getting it. That's the
That
thing
too.
right there. And it
too.
becomes this thing where she thinks you're going to have different results by behaving that way, and I don't see it. They're waiting to tee you up to get that eighth. They're waiting to do that.
I don't even know if they are. MDT. I see you saying that, but I don't necessarily feel that anybody's targeting her. I'm
not saying they're targeting her. What I'm saying is if she acts up again and gets in their face and starts yelling, it's coming. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that a ref is gonna chase her down and go after her. I'm just saying if she continues that stuff, it's gonna be it's automatic in my book. So
I hear you. And I think Brazil, I agree with you too. Whether she realizes it or not, her words put targets on other people's back. Not saying it's intentional, but it's a reality. Everybody's perspective is not even close to being the same. Mm-hmm. Not sure what that means. Hey, Washu, what's happening? Hit that like button as you come on in to the chat. Say hello to everybody. That'll let me know that you're here. If I'm not keeping up. I appreciate all of my new subscribers. Again, I'm trying to at least get to 800. I got one today. I'm trying to get to 800. I just need 5 more, y'all. And then I'm going to set my new goal at 1,000 so that we can continue to keep this conversation going. And I see all the new people joining in, like Big, we may not always agree here on the panel or even in the chat, but we can at least listen to everybody's perspective. And for me, if you show me your perspective and it makes sense and there's actually evidence, I'm an evidence-based person, and I'm also solution focused. I always want to look for a solution to stuff. And some people just flat out like, it ain't going to change. It ain't going to this. It ain't. But basically, CC has 7. I think Angel got about 5. And
she's got 7 too.
A lot of hers, I gotta disagree that she shouldn't have. Not, I really do. It was stupid stuff. But yeah, I mean, like for instance, like the gaslighting. She just clapped. She didn't know. She's celebrating. They're trying to calm them down over there, and she's clapping about it, and then telling the crowd, "Pump it up, pump it up." This is not the WE, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, it's taunting. There's a difference. Of what she does, and if she don't know the difference, I don't know what to tell her. Like Paige and Angel went at it, right? So Paige was clapping her hands like this, pumping herself up, but she was looking straight down. She didn't look straight ahead. She didn't look to the crowd to get them involved. She was just like, it wasn't like trying to egg it on, which is already a volatile situation. You know what I'm saying? B Will, what's happening? If you want to come up and say hello, I haven't talked to you in a while, please feel free to do that before I get going, because I got to get ready.
Miss D, you still there?
Huh?
You still there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I caught your when you were on with BD the other night.
Oh yeah.
I saw that. I just want to let you know I'm here for you. I'm with you on that one. So don't think we need to act that way to make our points. So you never hear me behave that way. So,
right, it got crazy. You start calling the players B. I can't.
Yeah, and you weren't handling it. You weren't having that. So
yeah,
good for you.
That was BD live, but I did stream on my channel as well. But yeah, it's supposed to be people could have came up, but it's just not like that.
Yeah,
not like that.
I hear you.
I think it's important, like when we're coming up, you got to be respectful of the host and other panelists and such. And you can disagree, like Yuji says, but be respectful about it. Have a point. Have something.
Can't crash out. Out.
Yeah, I mean it goes much better.
Okay, I know what. Thank you, G. I know what. Okay, B Will, and B Will's a diehard Aces. What did you think about the non-call with the ball going out of bounds? With if you want to talk about it in the chat or come up, let me know. With the ball going out of bounds and that's a missed call, B. Will, because he's an Aces fan. I want to see. What
I'll tell you what, I saw that. It was pretty egregious. The New York had ready to use their challenge, but Kathy, in her last presser, they're going to have a central replay center.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, so that might be able to address it. And I think somebody was talking about it this morning, like how would that work and could they stop it fast? They do that in the NFL at the end of games.
We talked about that too.
They pause the game and it's
the last 2 minutes.
Yeah. So it can be worked out.
It's absolutely a missed call, but some think it was a made up call. But I just feel like only thing I got to say about it is how. Like, you got 3 refs, you got a baseline, 2 baseline, right? What happened? Where was that ref? Like, we can never get a camera angle to be like, was he out of position? It happens. You get out of position. It happens totally. And I just want to know where that official was. Where were you and what did you see? Why didn't you didn't see that? Like, even the body language of the players, if you don't know, what's good perspective? If you don't know, like, you play it off. Like, you can see Angel was walking back, so you know that it was out on her. And sometimes, I don't know if it's their little ego, their little pride. I don't know. New York needs to start these games faster. I say that about the Dream too. Yes, the refs missed that, but the literally fall behind. Yeah. Left to right. Yeah. But
it is possible we didn't see it.
I think too that I gave my opinion that missed calls in the beginning are less controversial or affects the momentum a lot less than the ones at the end. Like, you can miss call in the first quarter call like that, being missed is not that big a deal because you got time to make it up. But one in the last 20 seconds to tie it up or whatever the seconds was, that's preposterous. That's crazy. And I feel bad for Wings fans. I hate reckless closeouts because it's so hard to call it, but that changed the momentum of that game. But I felt like the Dream should have won the game anyway. Not because they're better than the Wings, but because it was just, I just felt that was their game. And I love the fight at the end. But what I don't like from the Dream is that, why are you guys always having to, you start playing in the fourth? Like, you got to play like that the whole time. And that's what's going to hurt them in the long run, trying to play behind when they get in the playoff. That's not true at all. I'm a CC fan. Most people in here will tell you that. Yeah. What happened, Big Dog? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
New York takes too long to get into a play in the half court. Okay, it's like they come down, they say, what do you want to do? Yeah. By the time they figure it out, 10 seconds left to go. I agree. And I think that has to do with Saab being out for as long as she wasn't getting the season. And then you don't have Phoebich in there. Not Satu, Sabrina being out the way she was as long as she was. And then Phoebus usually runs point as well, as well as Sabrina. So I think, like, you see a little dysfunction like that because, like, honestly, they're still trying to figure it out. Like, okay, I got you, Big Dog. No, we debating if all 7 techs were deserved. Yeah. I know all 7 weren't deserved on Angel. I'm not sure about Clark's. I know she was racking them up, but I don't recall off the top of my head. I can't think of one that stand out like, she. Oh yeah, there was one. I felt like,
When she kicked the ball or something.
I don't know about that.
Maybe it was that one. I don't know if that was
I agree. I agree with that one. She has a tendency ever since college, because you don't watch college, right? So it was this call she didn't like, right? So everybody's like walking away and officials walking. So she takes the ball and just throws it towards the out of bounds. That's not for her to do that. And then she's like, "What did I do?" I'm like, "Girl, you was pissed." And you, like,
standard response.
All right,
what I do?
All right. I'll give it to you. This is what it was. This is what it was. Okay, I'll tell you what it was because I painted. Hold up, dog. I painted that picture wrong. The ball was bouncing away, and she turned the other way, turned backwards. And you know how you toss it behind yourself? You can't do that. You can't just toss it. Like, and act like, oh, I was just throwing it over there. No, you had an attitude and you threw it behind your back like shit. Like that. No, you hand the ball to the official. If you make eye contact with them, they allow you to toss it to them, you do it. But what she did, you don't touch the ball at all. That's everybody knows that. And I've seen some people like pick the ball up with their foot, but she was kicking it, playing soccer with it, like boom, boom, boom. And then, nah, bro, you can't do all that. It's wasting time. CC should have more text than she does. What are we talking about? Yes, many players act that way. And that's the excuse that MDT, when you say many players act that way, it doesn't excuse it.
No, I wasn't talking about the text. I was responding to what Washu said about players always play innocent, not about text.
Yeah. And even say, okay, so your point is
they foul somebody.
No. Yeah. Many players do it, right?
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But it doesn't excuse it. But what the difference between those players and her, she walks around.
I wasn't referring to CC Juju. I wasn't.
She intimidate them, right? She go too far.
Talking about just in general, the players will play innocent. That's it. Nothing about CC wasn't in that context.
Yeah, but you can't. But it's falling into the conversation, and you have to address it because you have to stop and address. And I want to address it because I want people to know, not you, that make excuses for her.
Right. BD.
But you mentioned me. You mentioned me as if I said. Didn't say that.
Because you said many players do it.
In reference to what that comment said, not about CC. It wasn't anything to do with her. I see players all the time fouling and then playing like I didn't do anything.
Right.
That's it. Nothing about CC. I know the point you were making. But when you started, you were saying that I was saying that I was responding to the comment above mine. I was not. Just to clarify, I wasn't doing that.
Okay. B. Will, you're right. It is a tech. Your foot shouldn't even be touching the ball like that.
Right.
I think I was talking about CC and referencing, and then I was giving an example of, say, like what I've heard people say when I went to Paige. Well, Paige was clapping. She got a tech.
Yeah.
And then it got rescinded. But then
in that case, it looked like CC's was clapping at the ref, to your point, and then Paige was walking away or like to her bench towards nobody. And that's why that one got rescinded. Yeah, that made sense to me.
Okay, there was one time CC was I don't know what you mean by at the ref. I can't remember what it was, but I'm talking about the one where she was taunting and making and getting the crowd involved from that clap and then the other clap. I can't barely remember what you're talking about, but there's another one. I don't know why she clapped at the ref, but it was a situation.
Yeah, that was the big dust up before the Alyssa
Thomas
I know day before that. It was when 5 or 6 techs, and it was like, why'd I get a tech? And
the one that she got was Sanaya Rivers.
That was later on. That was way after that. Yeah.
And then there's one with
AI refs. Big talk.
She was hyping the crowd Milky Way. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm sorry.
So now Salone get a tech for clapping to herself after she made it 3. Yeah, I think when somebody will turn and then look at the bench and do it, they get it. You'll get it if you taunting the bench. Yeah.
Right. You know who I'm surprised don't get a lot of texts? I mean, she just talk. Ain't Cloud in that? I don't know if she in the top 5.
Tasha?
Yeah.
We can find out.
She should be. Because she don't know how to shut up. And she get too emotional.
Sometimes people like, okay, if you want to blow off steam and you want to walk away
right, she don't.
And everything, I don't mind that if I was official. But if you are, because you can't hold it in, you just gotta they're human. There's a difference. But I think with CC, they had to, because other people were doing similar things and were getting texts and she wasn't. And then other things where she was cursing at ref, cursing them out, things like that. they let it go, and they're like, when she walked up to that black woman like that girl,
Right.
you don't stop
I would
what
have
you're
smacked her.
doing.
I would have smacked her. Like, get out
You
of my
know,
face.
like that's what it invoked,
No,
MDT.
I wouldn't be working the most.
That's what it invoked. And I'll give you a star. Like, since you guys seem to think that because you're a big star, you get away with shit. Diana Taurasi had been.
Oh
after,
yeah, definitely.
But guess what? Diana, they started getting sick of her shit, and they would eject her.
Yep.
She finally started getting held accountable. Okay.
Here's the list, Juju. Clark was 7. Reese was 7. Kalia Copper was 6. Alyssa Thomas with 4. Ms. D, Natasha Cloud has 4.
She should have
Mabry
more
has
than that
4.
because she the one. They really kind of hold off against her because she go behind the rest and blah 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 and just keep going on.
Maybe
and
she's
on
got
and
some
on.
equity.
I guess so.
She got some veteran
She's supposed to be up.
privilege.
Look, she's supposed to be at the top. She's supposed to be up there with Angel and I don't know why Angel should not be at the top. I don't know what Angel be doing.
Diamond Miller has 4. Diggins has 3. Alicia Gray has 3. Lainey Hamilton has 3. Sophie Cunningham has 3. Nelson Ododa has 3, and then Cody McMahon with 3.
Wow.
So that's your list, 1 through 8.
So Alyssa Thomas with only 4. Yeah, Alyssa used to get a lot though. She's doing Alyssa's come a long. Alyssa Thomas has come a long way. A long way. You guys, she could.
Juju.
She used to foul out all the time. Yeah, go ahead.
Big Dog wants the link again. He's back.
Okay.
I got you, Big Dog.
There it goes.
Whose elbows?
Aaliyah Boston.
My bad.
Exactly. Aaliyah, look, she do some
Yeah,
real
they're
dirty.
not wrong on that.
She do something real dirty. What I do?
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
Candace be clowning her so bad that I think she's stopping. She's not doing it anymore because I'll be like, if you say, "What did I do?" one more time, Aaliyah Boston, I swear to God, I'm going to a Spark game,
Right.
and I'm gonna stand there and I'm gonna like, "What? Will you please stop doing that?" Like, I want to tell her so bad. Like, you have become insufferable. Like, I do not like her, Miss D. I don't.
I know.
As a basketball player, she irks the. She did a suplex on Bree Jones, and then she looks up like, "What did I do?"
I don't know what look. She did. I don't recall her doing that in South Carolina with them damn elbows.
I don't either. But
the
yeah,
Boston
but
did a
you know what?
suplex on Bree Jones.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Okay, I do remember that.
Yeah.
No. You know what? She tried it, and that's why she got them quick fouls against Iowa. They anticipated that she was going to do it, and those 2 quick fouls, that was the worst egregious thing they could have ever done in a tournament history. Like, I wanted to see South Carolina with Boston play Iowa heads up, straight up. Like, when you do stuff like that, that makes me feel like the game is fixed. That's just me. Oh, she gives that face like the
Yeah, she did.
the Home Alone.
She puts her arm. She's looking at the ref, mouth agape.
And I was like, if you do that one more time, you looking like what's the little black character on Little Rascals?
Buckwheat.
Buckwheat. Yeah, you looking like Buckwheat doing that
Okay.
shit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. God,
That's what she looked like. I'm sorry, MDT. I know you don't want to laugh, but you can laugh.
that's okay. You're so right.
Like,
I know it's gonna happen tonight, and I'm gonna have to pause TV when you're laughing so hard.
So now I gave you the image of Buckwheat, and so you're gonna see what I'm. You know what? I'm gonna bring it up. Go ahead, keep talking.
Buckwheat's catching strays.
I'm about to bring it up. I love Buckwheat.
I like buckwheat. Okay. You know who I like when they play buckwheat? Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was funny.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that in high school.
Oh, so
I used to watch them in high school. I was like, why are we letting these white people laugh at buckwheat? Like that's something we like laugh at. You guys can't laugh
Right.
at
Right.
that. Because
Look, that's what
see,
Saturday Night Live was good.
this-
Eddie
this-
Murphy made
this-
it good. Shoot,
this-
it had
this-
been good since he left. For real,
let
for real.
me explain that. What I mean by that.
I know what you're
It's
saying.
not that they can't. I'm talking to MDT or any non-black people in the chat. But when we say stuff like that, we're not saying like, see, there they go again. They can't say the nigga word. What I'm saying is, it feels like you're laughing like at us, not with us. That's what I'm saying. You get it? Like, well, we are laughing, but you are laughing at them. Yeah, but in a different way.
Right.
That makes
So-
sense.
So I gotta ask.
Go ahead.
So I laughed because you made it funny. Am I allowed, or should I not?
Yeah,
laugh?
you're fine. You're fine.
Oh yeah,
I-
yeah.
Okay, because I
know
am
exactly.
adjacent. I'm adjacent.
Yeah. What does that mean, adjacent?
It means that I'm not white, not black. I'm kind of in the middle. So
Oh, okay. I understand.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. I'll show you. Okay.
I don't think
We will
Juju
say
told you that.
backstage.
I don't think I ever told you that, Juju. I'm Hispanic. I think Miss
I
D
didn't
knows.
know. I didn't know that.
I didn't know. I don't know. Remember telling you that.
I will know because I probably would have. There was really nothing I would have asked about that. Okay, here you go, guys. This is she remind me of.
Juju, she's gonna do that tonight, and all I'm gonna see is this.
I want you to. And I want you to. Hold on. How did I blow this up? I want you guys to see this. Look. This is what she remind me of.
Lord.
What I do? That's what she remind me of. Well, if you're talking like that singer Tyler Mixon, we good. Oh yeah, that was a whole big thing.
You're like, that's where Don King get his stuff from.
His hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute. There go B Will and Big Dog. Let me see what the fellas gotta say. What's up, fellas?
Welcome back, Big Dog.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
What's good?
Yeah, I'll let B Will go because I done talked enough already, so I just want to come back.
What's good, BD? What's good, Juju? I missed you.
I know. I just said that after, you like my little brother that I fussed with, and then it's like, okay, where did he go? I ain't seen him for weeks.
Just been busy. Honestly, I'll tell you this. I've been busy, and I have to say, I had to step away from some of the.
Yeah.
Isn't that familiar, Juju?
We said the same thing, B Will. Me and MDT. First of all, I got tonsillitis. I'm doing much better, thank you. But I was sick. But before it, right before it, and then during the time, I was glad. And MDT was missing too, because I went up one night and I'm like, I ain't seen MDT. The other night, I was thinking about you. Believe it or not, I was like, I wonder if I was thinking about you being in the military, and I was like, I wonder what's going on. So then I was like, me and MDT, I came up the other night and we were going to take a break. But before that, he said, I took a break. And we felt the same way. Like, we need a break from everything. It was a lot. Like, it was a lot.
And you find yourself, if you're like me, you find yourself going to negative. Me, I'm a mostly positive person. You find yourself going to negative places in your own mind. You be like, wait a minute, what's going on with me? And why am I allowing this to affect me in this way? So I did take away from the spaces. I wasn't even watching some of the games for a minute, just because I needed a little bit of break from my own peace.
Well, you know what the real issue is, and I think I can only speak for myself. I think we have a real divide between what quote unquote real fans are and quote unquote casual fans are. True. And there's a real huge gap between the two. And we need to figure out a way to bridge that gap, because it seems like the real fans hate the casual fans hate the real fans. And secondly, I hope I'm not being long-winded. We have an issue with you have people that are emotionally invested in these players, and it takes away from the basketball takes because people are speaking in these players in personal terms instead of basketball terms. And when the conversation becomes emotional, that's when we have a problem, in my opinion. I'll land there.
Perfect. That's exactly. I mean, that's true. That's so true. And I love the fact that you talking. I love the fact that you're talking about bridging the gap because not enough people talk about actually
I
bridging the
tried.
gap.
I really
You know?
tried to give understanding and clarity.
Yeah.
And MDT says that about me. And what I'm
Sure
doing,
does.
and I'm trying to, I'm a solution based focused person. That's where I come from, strength based. And I want to get to that point where I'm trying to bridge and bring us together, but also like find common ground. Try to, it's like, because if I started, I went on a soliloquy. I went on a serious rant, and MBT knew I was MBT. I don't even want to bring you up here because I'm cursing. I'm like, I couldn't take it anymore.
She said that. I heard it.
And I'm like, I didn't even know if MDT was watching, but I was just like, nothing personal because I didn't want him to be affected, or it was like, let me get this off real quick. Because this is how it was like tearing my soul up. Like stop. And then, Congress getting involved and all this. It was starting to make me hate and just, I was like, stop. You're messing up the game. It's not that serious.
Yep.
Nobody is trying to hurt anybody like you're thinking. Stop.
I'm telling you.
Well, it's easily to turn a person into a political football when that person that's being thrown around don't want to talk.
Yeah, and
Right.
they don't. And
Exactly.
They don't
I agree
feel
with
like
that.
they
I don't know
should.
why.
And I'm like, you should. It's not that hard to speak out. Well, it's not going to change anything. Yeah, it will. Trust me, it will. It would do more. It would do more good than harm. Because you're not making a stand. You're not taking a. Somebody asked me to put up my girls in Disneyland today. So yeah, that would make us smile and kind of like, yeah, Disneyland. Because it's a hard topic to discuss, And all
Yeah,
the.
but I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you go
No,
ahead.
I about to say my thing is we need us real fans. We need to find a way to bridge this gap between us and the casual fans because I think it's become out of hand. Like it's gotten to the point, and this is just in particular when it comes to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. You can't critique these women without getting an emotional backlash.
Yep.
If Angel Reese plays terrible and you come on somebody panel and say she played terrible, folks are ready to curse you out. And the same thing goes for Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark goes and played terrible and you say, well, she sucked. People are ready to curse you out. But we don't have that same kind of emotion when Breonna Stewart plays terrible. We don't have that same kind of emotion if Nafisa Collier plays terrible. We don't have that kind of emotion if anybody else played terrible. Just Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And I'm sick of it. It's
I
exhausting.
hear you.
It's
Exhausting.
exhausting.
It is.
Agreed.
It is.
Like we can't even talk basketball because everybody in their feelings because people are so emotionally invested in these players and it's sickening for me. Like I just want to talk about the basketball. And if an ace is an ace, we should call an ace an ace. If a spade is a spade, we should call a spade a spade. I don't see what the problem is.
Yes. And don't gaslight us into thinking sometimes I'll stop and people like, I finally understood why a lot of Clark's fans will say that we're crazy and we're dumb and we're this and we're that, because I actually would go back and I'll look at the numbers. But I also have a counterintuitive argument to it that MDT can agree to because MDT is really good with the numbers and stats. Yes, you did a 45 and 10, but who did you play? Yes, you're averaging this, and that, but we looked at you're doing it against the bottom level teams. Yes, you're doing this well and this well compared to the top guards, But guess what? You're not making yourself available with playing every other game or whatever you're doing. They're getting beat down every single game and continuing at the level that they are while you're getting rest and coming back in and picking up where you left off. And you can't do that. Like, you understand what I'm saying, guys? Like,
Yeah.
You know, there's a comparison of win shares and how you impact your team. And then a lot of people, and it's like, yeah, these are good numbers, but compared to what and how? You know, what's the net shares? What are you doing? You know, blah, blah, blah. So, and then then people get upset because they're overlooking a fabulous year from Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell doesn't get enough credit for her extraordinary ability to be one of the top shooting guards at this point, at this moment in the league. That I even had to say, and it's not that she's shooting the basket, she's penetrating the basket. She's not even taking the threes that she used to sit out there and do. So, and I think the other thing was that with Clark is that you put her on a pedestal too soon, too fast. That's all. But other than that, and then, but the two of them equally have made a difference in terms of elevating the league. Clark became known in my sphere of reference because of Angel. And then the data shows when she beat South Carolina, whoop, then the whole thing with her and Angel, whoop, 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 whoop. You understand?
And Juju, I can say, as a Clark fan, back in those days, that's 100% correct.
Okay,
that's 100% because I'm not. Look, I have to say, man, Caitlin has made me a non-fan. Only her. She's the only one responsible for me not being a fan anymore. But previously, I was a fan of hers, and so that's what I'm telling you. That's why when I tell you that I was watching her and following her games, I can tell you that she didn't have the hype that she had prior to the whole "you can't see me" thing with Angel. Prior to Angel Reese, that interaction, she didn't have that kind of following. She blew up because of that. She blew up exponentially because of that.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, right? Yeah. We live in the world we live in. It is what it is, but you can't. It's dishonest. I won't even say disingenuous. It's dishonest to say anything different. It's just dishonest.
Yeah, and I don't hold anything back. Critiquing. I shouldn't say criticism. Critiquing. Even the one of the best players that arguably like of this generation is Asia. So I'm looking at her and I'm like, but sometimes I have critiques for her too.
Absolutely.
But you know what I mean? Like I don't. It's not like a. I'm not trying to just put them down or discredit their talent, because sometimes CC be entertaining. I'll be like, look at her. She ain't smooth with it. I'm gonna tell you that. She ain't smooth.
Gotta work really hard to do it.
She got to work really hard to do it. But she be getting it done, and then I be noticing when she adds stuff that I used to say, man, she need to add a floater. Oh man, she needs to do that, and I be like, oh, Cece's doing that. Okay,
going to the hole.
You gotta be honest about it.
You gotta be honest
about it. And on top of that, I think another issue we have is that we in a 24/7 media cycle, and we got all these echo chambers out here. Like, I find it fascinating that you have a whole sector of YouTube dedicated to Caitlin Clark and a whole sector of YouTube dedicated to Angel Reese, but you don't have not a single freaking live or person that's dedicated to the best player in the league. I find that to be fascinating.
Yeah. That is fascinating.
I've never seen a dedicated channel to just Asia Wilson. Not one. But you have a whole community for Angel Reese. You have a whole community for Caitlin Clark. But you don't have one for the best player in the world. To me, that's fascinating. For me.
But
Might have seen one.
but let me help you guys with something, and I have to join. I'm gonna have to pick it up too. There's a documentary, right, on 3 players, and you get to see Asia and Bam together in a different light and learn more about Asia. And I think more people. I actually read Asia's book, so I got to get more familiar with who she is and why she is and her background. That helped me because I wasn't really like it's nothing. I recognized her talent, but I'm just more like my eyes draw to guards. That's all. But I love bigs too, but I think sometimes when they do stories like that, you get to really understand the person a lot better. And the same thing with they did Lauren Betts being on the opposite of my Trojans. I actually like Lauren Betts a lot now that I understand her more and better, and I see what she's gone through, and I see her like blossoming and coming to life more as she's in the pros and who she is as a person. So I think a lot of that has to do with how marketing and media portrays you and how much attention you get, and how much are you highlighting the lows all the time, or are people highlighting the high? But like they say in the chat, drama sells.
Agreed.
Yeah, and the race baiting sells too. And as long as there's an audience for it, we're never gonna be able to get rid of it because people just can't ignore it because people find the race baiting, unfortunately, to be entertaining. It's just like this. It's like the age-old question, right? Who's the face of the league? People argue up and down. It's Caitlin Clark. She brung millions of dollars. She brung millions of eyes to the league. No, it's Angel Reese. She brung millions of dollars. She brung millions of eyes to the league. But neither one of them are the best player. Typically in any sport, the best player of that league is the face. In the NFL, there's no question Patrick Mahomes is the face of the league. Before that, it was Tom Brady. In soccer, Lionel Messi is the face of soccer. In basketball, Wnba is going to be the face because clearly he's going to be the best player, right? Like, I don't understand. Like, make it make sense to me because it doesn't make sense to me. You got two women who've only been playing 3 years. Neither one of them has won anything in the W, but yet we are arguing about who is the face when we got a woman that got 3-4 chips, 3-4 MVPs, and 2-3 defensive player of the years and all that other stuff. And how is she not the face when she checks all of the basketball boxes?
Angel's
all of them
in the conversation, and nobody's trying to put her in the conversation of being the face. That's one thing I want to make clear. We don't do that. We just enjoy her for what she is. You like her or you don't, but we promote and we buy the Barbie. I think she helps in so many different ways bring attention to the league. But nobody's trying to say I'm not even trying to make Angel she doesn't have.
No, I'm not saying you, Juju. I'm just saying the chatter that I hear in the YouTube street.
I don't think anybody's trying to make.
There's some people out there, Juju, that are saying that
the face of the league. I've never seen that.
Yes.
Okay,
and that's for both of these women.
Show me. I don't see it. Not Angel.
You're gonna have to run the streets some more.
We celebrate her.
Juju.
Celebrate her. Let me finish. We celebrate her. We promote her. We love her, but never have I ever heard someone use the word Angel being the face.
I've seen that.
I've heard that a lot
on AR5 channels and AR5 adjacent channels. I've seen and heard that.
And they use the word face.
Yes.
Yeah. And the same thing for Caitlin Clark.
It's not CC, it's AR5. That's what they'll say. That's true. I've heard that myself. He's not wrong on that.
Somebody in here said no. The face is based on two things. The competition of faces between Asia and Caitlin. And one because one is popular and one has done everything that you guys say on that popularity level. And then the other one is obviously what Big Dog you're saying, we always thought was we thought the best was the face, But when we had back in the day with Lisa Leslie, We never said Lisa was the face. Lisa herself and all of us said she's an ambassador. She calls herself that to this day. But she never said, I'm the face of the league. She said, I'm the ambassador. I don't even know if, in my whole 30 years, I don't even know if I ever had anybody as the face.
Juju, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you be on other people's channels?
All the
Just
time. All the time. I scroll. I know all the ones that we know, HD, IMZO, ACI, I know Showtime, I know Simply Ball dropping, but then I'll peek in at Ben podcast. I'll look at KTLV or KTV, he gets on my nerves. I look at Rachel Demonte. I love Trista and Sarah, and then I look at Angel McCautry and Razan Oklahoma, and then I watch We Got Next, and then I've looked at Post Moves, and then I could continue to go on if you want. And nobody has ever
I was just asking.
claimed that she is the face. It's Asia or Caitlyn. We're talking what we get annoyed about after 3 years. Clark fans call Angel out of her name. With the sloth up, comparing her to a sloth, saying she's got an unorthodox shot or awkward or ugly, or she's got the nerve to call her ugly. Now, on Caitlin Clark's side, they call her the Stabler. They call her Screech. They got, you got people that are on that trajectory of saying things. But I swear to God, I promise you, I never.
And don't leave out the Apple turnover stuff. I hear a lot of that.
Tammy Turnover, and then what's her name? My girl, Bars and Takes or W360. So I can name names. So yes, I do, but I never heard that her being in a comparison. I've only heard Asia, because Asia's they get offended. I would too if Asia was not considered the face of the league. I would too, but like I told T, when I did my research, there's 2 ways that you can look and weigh it. It's subjective, you guys.
Yes, I agreed with that.
That's the reason why you can't have a discussion about anything really, but face of the league without first.
What's the criteria?
Defining what the face of the league means to you, and then whoever you're talking to come into some type of agreement on what the face actually means, right? And then you can start throwing people in the conversation. But
yes,
I can say I see this. I can see things on both sides. I do see people say that Angel Reese is the face. I do see people say that Caitlin Clark is the face. I do see people say that Asia is the face. I see people that say Angel is actually the face, but they think that unfortunately Asia Wilson should be, but she's not. Right? So I see all of that.
Yep.
I just don't think that Asia is palatable and as popular as Caitlyn or Angel.
And I agree with that. No,
she's
too.
not.
Right.
Yeah, she's
not
definitely not.
That's the thing. She's not as popular.
Hey, Juju, B-Will, and Big Dog, I got to jump off. So great talking to you guys again. Big Dog, I'll come check you out sometime, okay?
All right.
Yeah,
for sure.
And we'll catch up. We'll catch up soon, MDT. Thanks again.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you. I always like MDT on my channel because I love his voice and I love that he's like very he's so neutral because he doesn't know much about college basketball and he just started watching, but from somebody that's just jumping in and coming in and weighing in, he's got a really good perspective from that angle.
MDT's an outlier. See, he's a casual fan that a real fan can appreciate. The problem is there's a lot of casual fans that real fans can't appreciate, and that's where the gap is. And until we fix that gap, we're always going to have that problem. I've seen people get into arguments of talking about, well, you don't watch it, so how you can have an opinion? You just start watching. You understand what I'm saying? Like how you fit to tell somebody what they're watching and how to watch. Just because they just started watching doesn't mean that their opinion is null and void because they just started watching the W. Like I've been watching the W since its inception, right? But I'm not going to let somebody tell me my opinion is null and void if I had just first start watching it 2-3
Right.
years ago. My opinion is just as valid as your opinion, even though you've been watching longer. And that's the disconnect that we have, especially on YouTube. I can't speak for other social media platforms, but on YouTube, the gap is so crazy, it makes no sense. And it becomes exhausting trying to teach people stuff.
I don't like this. I don't like this statement, Volunteer. And you know I love you. Me and you on the same page. I think that and this is where the Clark fans, they have blacks that support her, and they love to make it known that I'm a black person that is supporting Clark, as if to say, so they're actually agreeing that we who aren't like a stan of hers aren't a stan because she's white. And I disagree 1000% with that. And then to say that there are no whites that support Angel, I can't agree with that as well either.
Of course there are whites that support Angel. Angel Reese wouldn't have the motion that she have if there wasn't white people supporting her.
She wouldn't
Ain't
even
no
get a Barbie
way.
if that was true.
Right. First of all, Barbie is a white person invention last time I checked. So is Reese's Pieces. So is Victoria's Secret. This is white people businesses. These businesses weren't found by black people.
You know how long it took
So what are
black
y'all
people
talking
to get
about?
a Barbie to be included in that whole sequence? You know what I'm saying? Like that's no, it's not just black people that support her because she's black. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not
But
just
I will say this though,
white people
Juju.
that follow Clark.
A lot of the black men that support Caitlin Clark, they also have the MAGA stuff in common too. I've never seen a liberal black man support Caitlin Clark. Most of the black men that I see on YouTube are Caitlin Clark fans / MAGA. That's just what I see.
Yeah, I do notice the conservatives. Yeah.
Let me ask
or
this.
Nationalists.
Let me ask this. In y'all's opinion, I'm only asking y'all's opinion. I ain't asking anything about fact. I'm just asking y'all's opinion. In y'all's opinion, who do you all see as being marketed by the W in the way that lines up with being the face of the league?
Caitlin Clark.
The W, Asia. I don't think the W. Well, hold on. Let me stop.
I think they've been pushing Caitlin Clark harder than they pushed anybody else. I've never seen a woman get pushed so hard. The only other woman I've seen in the W get pushed as hard as Caitlin Clark, I would have to go all the way back to Rebecca Lobo. She's the only other person I ever seen get pushed as hard as Caitlin Clark is being pushed right now.
Okay, now, what I would like for him to follow up to say is this. The reason I would think he's correct is because the fact that we have to watch every 44 games of their games is nationally televised. It's like, it's right in our face, 44 games, all on TV. You understand what I mean? Like the Fever, that like the Aces won the championship last year. You're supposed to start off with them having 44 games, not the Fever. Right. Why are we doing that? What did she do?
You know exactly why they doing that.
She played 13 games last year. Big Will, why are we watching? Because the majority of the numbers equate that they want to see her, and you got to ride the momentum. I don't mind that. I get it. You have to ride it. That's what they want to see. If that's
because at the end of the day, it's a business. It's a business. And business purpose of a business is to make money.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. At the end of the day, it's a business and it's about making money. And people lose sight of that when they get into their emotional rants about she's better than her and she's better than her. And when they try to flip it all around and make it a racial thing and all that. No, this is about money at the end of the day. And Caitlin Clark, like it or not, that's where the money is.
And if you're saying you want to grow,
if that wasn't the case, you would see 44 Dream games on TV. You would see 44 Aces games on TV. You understand what I'm saying? If it wasn't about that.
That's true, Lester White.
That's precisely why I asked that question, because at some point, in considering who the faces of the league is, what league is it? It's the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the face of the league?
Predominantly, it's been predominantly black, and it was founded on black women. Is just what Paige is trying to say. So yeah,
that's what we all say.
That's what. Yeah, but and we all say, right, and we know that we don't have a problem. It's just that don't run away all the time with the great white hope like that, to the point where you put so much pressure on this woman, so much that she's crashing out. She doesn't even look like she enjoys the game. To me, it's hard to watch her because I cringe because I don't know what's getting ready to come out of her. Like her look on her face, it's not enjoyable. Okay, it's just not. She doesn't give me a good feeling like when I want to watch her, and I know like she can be. I just feel bad for the lady. I just do. It's just bad.
Hey, Juju, I got a question for you. I know this might be a little off topic, but I got to ask. Can you give me your opinion on what you think about the whole Angel Reese, Paige Becker's betting stuff? What do you think about that? Do you think it's overblown, or do you think it's
overblown? I think it's overblown. I do. Because there's nobody that was exchanged. They weren't betting. Shaving points and things like that is a problem. But I think the fact that the WNBA is complicit because they even joked about it. They even put it up. They knew it was a joke. I don't think they should use that language anymore, or make it known. But the WNBA, you can't punish them when you were involved in it too. We all just thought it was a joke.
Okay, well, I'll say this and I'll land here. My grandma used to tell me, if you're going to do something stupid, be smart about it. Now, what they did,
they're
let's
betting on themselves.
Okay, now I get that.
Or they're using the word, or they're using.
I get that, but you, especially when we talking about Angel Reese, right? Angel Reese got to understand that she's under a microscope 24/7. She has to watch. She has to be really careful about what she say, what she posts, because anything that she say and post can be and will be used against her, and can be and will be taken out of context. You on your social media platform, you flashing money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, Angel, you got to be smarter than that.
No,
you gotta be smart.
It's not. Wait, okay, I agree with that.
Two things
I
can
like
be true.
That. But two things can be true. Let me address. He said I have CC bias. What the reason you hear bias from me is because too much is given, much is required. One. Number two, the way that she, I'm trying to knock her down some steps because
I'm gonna drop off.
Okay, I may have to leave, but if I'm not back, okay, if you're not back, I have to. Jacob, I had put that in the chat for you. Brass tacks. Wait, hold on. The reason I am biased is because I'm trying to knock her down some pegs because of the fact that you came in with this hype of her, ignoring everyone else and what they built, and gave her all the credit in the world to where we are, like the charter flight, this, that, the CBA negotiations. When all of that was built, the foundation was already there, and it was like one person, somebody was going to tip it, and it was the two of them that tipped it over. And then it's not even done tipping because you got the Juju's coming. Juju is going to be one of the most dynamic players you've ever seen. But guess who's even more dynamic right now? Olivia Miles. Okay, there's players that you haven't seen that whose game is going to translate from college better than it did in college over into the pros. And my thing is, don't you want it? You're building Olivia Miles, yes. But she's fun to watch. She's entertaining. She does incredible things with the basketball. She makes everyone around her better. She's got her team without their superstar at the top. You can't say that was not that she has a lot to do with it. The way that Olivia Miles has come in and ascended, and they dropped off a lot of players. I remember at the beginning of the season, I was like, dang, Cheryl's not even picking up anybody. from the draft. She's got nothing. What is she doing? And then, boom, this is how Caitlin Clark should have come in. Elevate. You had the number two pick in Alyssa Smith. You had the number 1 pick in Aaliyah Boston. You had the NCAA scoring champion in Kelsey Mitchell. You had Natasha Howard on your team. You had pieces. You should have been the way that Olivia is getting down right now, taking your team. Yes, you broke records, but it's just like you did in Iowa. It's all about you. You got your team all the way to the championship. That's huge. Give that girl credit twice, but you didn't win. Now, my thing is, I'm just trying to say that the bites for me where I may always kind of like point out, and I do point out her good. I do. I know that I do. Because I said it, even some things that I notice in her now. But the high level that you're putting her at to where her fans think she is the best thing in the league and hasn't proven herself yet in that, I don't understand. No, I'm not going to. No. That's why you hear me critiquing. BD, Brass Tacks, what's happening?
What's up, sis? What's going on?
Well, talk to me.
Hey, listen, I enjoy listening to you talk because you're so knowledgeable about the game of basketball. You know, we from the same era. You know, you slightly older than me, but you like my big cousin. We've seen the same things. We've been through. We've seen this game evolve, both the men's and the women's. You feel me? I know. Yeah, I grew up watching Cheryl Miller. I grew up watching the head coach of LSU.
Kim
I
Mulkey.
saw her play.
Oh, Kim
Mulkey. I watched her play.
Yeah.
I watched Dawn Staley when she was at Virginia. You know what I'm saying?
I watched Lynette Woodard too in Kansas.
Yeah, I used to watch Stephanie White when she was playing for Carolyn Peck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nancy Lieberman
Nancy
Lieberman
Klein before she dropped the Klein when she got divorced. But hey, look.
Yeah.
As far as this face of the league, look, I respect you, big dog. I respect nobody calls Angel the face of the league.
Nobody.
And the couple minority that may have, I guarantee you they're bots. Like I put in the message earlier, I guarantee you they're bots who are trying to or trolls who are trying to stir up Clark's fan base, because when you call her that, they go crazy and they start talking about ticket sales and shit like that. So anybody that knows anything about that, and I'm telling you, I've been all those places you've been, Sister Jew. All those that you talked about, those platforms you go on, I go on those same platforms. I ain't never the hardest core Angel Reese. And you know I'm hardcore, big dog. You've heard me. I'm a hardcore Angel fan. That's my girl. I love Angel Reese. But she ain't the best player in the league, and she ain't the face of the league. The most hardcore, diehard Angel Reese fans never call her that. They say she's the future. But they say Asia Wilson is the present. How in the hell can you not? How can you be the face of the league other than the one who has the resume that Asia Wilson has?
That be my point.
I'm not gonna let nobody. I ain't gonna let. And I'm not saying you trying to do this, big dog, but I'm not gonna let these trolls and these bots try to smear the fan base of Angel Reese like they're stupid. Like we know that the Clark fans are stupid. Not all of them, but the majority of them are tobacco chewing, conservative, so-called Baptist, Southern white Christians who use her as a bulwark for their racism. We're not going to let nobody put the Angel Reese fans in that category, because the Angel Reese fans, the vast, if not all of them, are smart enough to know that Angel Reese ain't no damn face of no damn WNBA, and she's only in her third year. Stop it. Now, the things I do say about Angel, and I believe this with my heart, Auntie Juju, and you seen Yolanda Griffin, you seen Sylvia Fowler, we've seen all the great ones, but I'm telling you, Auntie Juju, with my own two eyes, I have never seen a rebounder like Angel Reese. In my opinion, in my view, she's the best rebounder this game has ever seen. That's me. Because even Sylvia Fowles, her career average rebounds, her career is 9. This girl been in double figures since her rookie year. Nobody in the history of the
Well,
WNBA has
the only
averaged
person I could compare
double
Angel
figures.
Reese to in terms of rebounding the basketball would be Rebecca Brunson. But even Rebecca Brunson is not on Angel
She's not a
Reese's
scorer.
like to
But
your
she didn't
point, Brass.
score.
Angel Reese is the greatest
Great.
EST because
The great.
words have meaning.
No.
There's a
Big
difference
dog. Big
between
dog.
being great,
Big dog. Big dog.
greater, and greatest.
Big
And
dog.
Angel
Big
Reese
dog.
is by far the greatest rebounder ever to play in the W. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
But let me stop you all there. It wasn't Rebecca Brunson that she needed to pass. It was Tina Charles. Don't forget, Tina Charles was up there, and a few others. But listen to
Auntie
me.
Juju, I've seen them all. We can name them all. We can name them all. Sometime in my older age, I can't remember names of, but he's right about Rebecca Brunson. You're right about that. You're right about Tina Charles. I've seen Yolanda Griffin. I've seen Sylvia Fowles.
Love her.
You see what I'm saying? Those are some of the greatest rebounders the game has ever seen. But I'm telling you, I use my eye test, Auntie Juju, and my eyes don't deceive me much, if at all. My eyes tells me that girl at 24 years old is the greatest rebounder the women's game has ever seen. Even Sylvia Fowles herself said that. Rebecca Brunson herself said that because somebody asked her about Angel.
Yes.
She said, I ain't never seen nothing like it.
No. Absolutely not.
Angel Reese is different when it comes to rebounding the babasketball.
When it comes to rebounding the basketball, she's the Michelle Jordan, to use the feminine form of Michael, of rebounders. There's no one better. Her combination of instinct, motor, she has the hands of an all-pro wide receiver, and she's strong as a damn ox.
For me, it's Rodman-esque, if you ask me.
Nneka Ogwumike said, and I quote, once Angel anchors herself in the paint, nobody's moving her out.
Yes.
She's too damn strong.
Yes.
John Quell Jones can't do it. Brittany Griner can't do it. Asia Wilson can't do it. Nobody. So that's what I put the category to. Now she's more versatile. She's more than a rebounder. She's a playmaker. She's smart.
Yeah.
She plays great defense. She has great. She'll steal your cookies. She stole 4 of the Dallas. She stole 4 packs of cookies from them the other night. She'll take your cookies. And she's very smart, and she knows how to distribute the basketball. The only knock that she has, I hope she improves on this, is getting her mid-range and improving on her three-point shooting.
My thing is not even
once
just
she learns the
mid-range.
She's going to be unstoppable. She can't be guarded.
She has to be willing to shoot the basketball. That's what drives me crazy about Angel Reese. There's so many games I don't watch Angel Reese be at the foul line, get the ball, people play 4 or 5 feet off of her, daring her to shoot, and she don't shoot. Like, for me, that aggravates me. Like, that's what Smesco said that Ryan and Alicia and Nas, the core leaders of that team, are trying to get her to do is to shoot the ball more. But I'm not concerned about that because she still gets you 20 and 12. She got 22 and 12. She ain't shooting out one damn jumper.
So let me say this. Let me say something to all of you. There are certain records that Caitlin Clark has broken when it comes to assists, and there are certain records that Reese has broken in terms of rebounding. For instance, fastest to 1,000 or fastest on either side to whatever, correct? But Sue Bird is the top assist all time, and then Tina Charles is the top all time in rebounding with like 4,000 and something. Obviously, the woman
Did she
played
pass Sylvia Fowles?
no, both of them are not in the top 10. I'll tell you who's in the top 10 in rebounding if you want to know, real quick. The rebounding leaders is Tina Charles, Sylvia Fowles, Nneka, Candace, Dawana, Rebecca, Tamika, Lisa Leslie, Candace, and Tina Thompson. That's only because look at how many years they're playing, you guys. You got to slow down a little bit. They've only played 3 years. In terms of
and they played less games back then too. We got to take that into account.
Yeah,
they weren't 44 game schedules 10, 15 years ago.
That's correct.
Well, hold up. That'll come out in the wash a lot later. But let's look at the assists. And as far as assists, Caitlin's not in the top 10 either. However, there are records along the way that are showing that they're on pace to do certain things. So Sue Bird, you should know that. Personally, I didn't know it was Sue. I thought it was Courtney Vandersloot, but it's Sue Bird, then Courtney. That's why Courtney won't let it go, you guys. Her the injury, her age, she should be done, right? She's not letting it go because she's trying to catch Sue. Then there's Tisha Penetero. Don't ever forget her. And I know Brass Tack.
Oh yeah, she was a monster.
Old Dominion.
Then there's Diana Taurasi, number 4, and then there's Lindsay Whalen, Chelsea Gray. Alyssa Thomas is similar to Angel from the new position of 4 spot, like you guys were saying.
The stretch 4.
Skylar Diggins, number 8, Natasha Cloud, number 9, and Becky Hammond, number 10.
Yep. And you see Olivia Miles has already broken a couple of Caitlin's records already. It's her rookie year.
Yeah, and that's what no one wants to highlight because it's going to be like, and it's like, listen, Caitlin, like if Juju hadn't got hurt, she was the fastest. She was going to surpass Kelsey. She's already passed Caitlin. Then she was going to surpass Kelsey. She was already on track, honestly, to break CeCe's record if if Juju were to go ahead and get those, average 30 without it affecting the rest of the team. I don't think she's running. I know, knowing this young lady, like I don't know her the way I've met her so many times when I see her, that I don't feel that in her personality that she's striving to do that. She's striving to win, but that's how it comes out. That she's a scorer. She's always been that since she was a little girl.
Talk about Juju.
Yeah.
She's special. She's special.
Juju is special. I agree with that.
Juju's special, dog. She's special.
And I think Hannah Hidalgo's going to be special too. But
Yeah. But that monster at USC, dog, she's different. She's different.
You guys, listen to me, because that's what my show is all about. And I don't even really go in the way I should, but come college season, I will. Like, I'm telling you guys, what you're going to witness is going to be a storybook.
Yes.
She doesn't wear a sleeve. She doesn't wear a brace. Her body, the way she's built, she dating Daniels, somebody.
Jaden Daniels. Yeah.
An athlete. When you train with, I was telling my guy friend this the other day, when you train with men and you work out, you guys give us something that no other woman around us could do. You teach us a certain mentality. You give us a certain dogness. You give us a certain amount of your energy that passes into what we're doing and what we're capable of doing. Juju is trained by Phil,
Handy.
She wasn't even doing everything correctly, like a lot of her cuts, angles, and different things. I think she made the game a little bit harder for herself than she needed to. But I think all that stuff that I had critiqued her in my mind, she's going to be doing because she was just a baby. She was just 18 or 19 years old.
Yeah, you gotta wait till they mature and get the proper training. Yeah.
She still and I'm like, damn, if she fixes those things, where the hell is she going?
Yeah.
It's only gonna make her better.
Auntie Juju. I don't know if you heard me say this before, but when they were talking about how Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark are the new Bird versus Magic, you know what I said?
I don't know about
I said the new Michael Jordan that comes a little later is Juju Watkins.
that. Yeah.
I said Juju Watkins is the Michael Jordan that comes later. See how history is repeating itself, but on the women's side.
And that's how it
You
usually works, and
Yep.
throughout human history, not just sports, with
Yeah.
everything. History always repeats itself. It just comes in different forms.
That's right. And
one
that's
thing
who I pointed out. And you talk about Hidalgo. Hidalgo might be the Isaiah Thomas coming next in the women's game.
That's a good look. That's a good one.
Yeah, listen, Hannah Hidalgo is a monster. She is a monster,
She's a
bro.
killer.
Yes.
Let me say this.
And
to you
there's
guys.
no way in hell that her game don't translate to the W. No way. Ain't no way.
Let me say this to you guys, because only the fact that because Hannah, it was Juju's competition. Let me say something. Hannah and Juju have the killer instinct that I don't see in anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And let me tell you something. If you have a chance, whoever's at the sound of my voice, if you have a chance to go see Juju play in person, I encourage you, I implore you to go, because it's so different than what you're seeing on TV.
Yep.
And when she walks by you and you see her presence, and if she actually looks your way, not only is the girl gorgeous, beautiful, and the aura around her, she's so humble.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
You can't get her to talk. She's shy too. You can't get her to talk.
And I'm glad you mentioned that word, because
Juju, did you see her at the All-Star weekend?
Yeah.
When she was in that little contest when the stud buds were there?
Yeah.
They couldn't get that girl to talk. I was like, that's how Juju is. She's a quiet person. She don't talk unless she wants. Now that don't mean that she's shy per se. It just means that she just one of them laid back California girls. That's just the way it is.
I'm glad you mentioned that word, presence, because presence is very important. Not if some people have talent, but it's different when you have talent and presence.
Mm-hmm.
That changes things when you have presence with that talent.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only knock I have on Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell got all the talent in the world, but she lacks the presence.
Right.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I'm not trying to talk bad about Kelsey Mitchell before people start throwing stuff at me or whatever. No, this is not a knock, but she doesn't. It's like if we're all black folks here, right? I'm pretty sure all y'all seen the Temptations movie. Nobody came to see Otis. They came to see David Ruffin, right? And this is the problem that Kelsey Mitchell have, is that she's Otis.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, that's what separates the generational from the great. Kelsey Mitchell is great. I know Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah. I'm an Ohio boy. She grew up in Cincinnati. She played for her dad, who was a coach. Her little sister played.
Yep.
Her dad passed away, God rest his soul. But she's the kid of a coach. Yep. I saw her at high school, and I saw her at the Ohio State University when I used to live in Columbus. She ain't no she wasn't no joke, and she ain't no joke now. But she's not. She doesn't have that aura or presence of a generational great player. But that doesn't mean that she won't drop 30 on your ass at any given moment.
Yeah, listen, the talent is always been there. Kelsey Mitchell, again, she's the best player on the team. Like, that's beyond a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion. In my opinion, Kelsey Mitchell's the best player on the Fever. But she just lacks the presence, and that's why she don't get the notoriety that she deserves. Listen, Kelsey Mitchell should be in the MVP conversation. If we really want to talk about it.
Well, she was last year, big dog. She was last year, for real.
Well, this year I said she
should be there this year too.
This year, yeah. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying she's on the heels of of Olivia or Asia, but she's definitely
Oh, she's on the list. I mean, it's not that many.
right there. She is. She
I mean,
is
it ain't
right.
that many.
It ain't that
I mean,
many. It ain't that many, and she is one of
yeah,
them.
and she's one of them. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah, she's one of them.
Yeah, I just wish people would give Kelsey Mitchell the flowers that she deserves
Well,
because she's
she won't as
awesome.
long as she's on that team with that girl, big dog.
Yeah,
But
Kelsey
you know
Mitchell
what?
is
You
awesome.
know what though? But you know what? Everybody has a lane, and everybody, there's room for Clark and her. I don't understand why there isn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why they can't coexist. What's good perspective with
I,
BKAs?
I think that the problem is they could coexist. I think the issue is the outside world won't allow them to coexist.
Oh no, they can coexist. They cool. But you talked about her notoriety and getting her flowers. She's not gonna get that there because number one, the MAGA won't let it happen, and then two, she's not vocal like that to try to demand it. She's just out there to hoop. Kelsey Mitchell is a hooper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she
is.
is.
She
And
loves
Brass,
basketball.
And you know what?
If
She
she
got
can play
she got
basketball,
ground game. She has a serious ground game. She got an old school game. I'm
yeah.
sorry, but you know what? She makes that crap work. I don't care. I'll be cracking up. Her speed is nobody can
Oh,
keep up with
nobody's
her.
faster than her except maybe
Yeah,
when Kennedy was
Kennedy
in the league
Carter,
and
Jordan Canada.
Jordan Canada. Other than that, nobody can
yeah,
see her. Nobody
yeah.
can see her on speed test.
Brass, I've always wanted to ask you this question, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to now.
Uh huh.
Why doesn't Angel Reese go to Carl Semesco and be like, "Give me the keys to this damn team and let me take over"?
That's not her
What do you think is
personality
stopping her of doing that?
because she likes to earn her keep. She don't like. She don't want to. She wants to demand it through her play. She's not going to. And plus, she's young. The thing about Angel, she is so. She's such a sweet girl that people and I know the public that don't really know Angel or watch Angel like that probably don't believe that because of the narrative spun by MAGA. But she's not that kind of she's never been that kind of player. When she go to a coach and say, "Hey, give me the keys to the Jeep and let me drive." Nah, she gonna earn that.
Mhm.
She
What
gonna
does that
earn
even
that.
mean, though?
And let it happen organically as it is happening before our eyes because now nobody says she's the face of the league, but they damn sure saying she's the face of the Atlanta Dream. They
I want
damn sure saying that.
I want to go back. I want to go back and explain because I need to land this a little harder because I don't think some of you guys, not you in my panel, I don't think some of you guys understand in the chat. Kelsey Mitchell, if we were going to compare today the MVP race between her and Olivia without Asia, Kelsey is not ahead of Miles. I gave you the reason why. Kelsey Mitchell is a hot ass scorer right now, but Olivia Miles has been more of a complete and a valuable player. Olivia Miles, let me tell you, first of all, some things about her. She scores, she creates for her teammates. I said that. Rebounds, defends, she controls pace. Her value goes way beyond points, which is what Kelsey does. She's a playmaker. Every assist she creates for her teammate makes her an elite point guard in the league. She impacts MVP voters. They're going to generally look at who's more indispensable. If you didn't, I told you that Miles was a difference maker. If she hadn't have been there and we were waiting on Fee right now, they would not be where they are. It would be just like how Kelsey is not at the top. Because if you don't have Kelsey, you're still gonna function. You're still gonna be able to ride. But I can't make a better argument than that. Other than that, another thing I want to say about Kelsey, because she's one of the hottest scorers for sure. She goes
Can
on.
I piggyback on that once you're done?
Yeah, for sure. She goes on scoring stretches. She's got the longest streak of 20-point games. I give her that. But do you notice that Kelsey doesn't give you assists? She doesn't impact other players, guys. She's not a great defender. She doesn't rebound. I just gave you a complete reason why Olivia is, but I'm gonna let B Will go from there and see what you gonna say.
You're 100% right, and I agree with that assessment of Kelsey Mitchell. As much as I love her,
As
and
much
I
as I
will,
love her, yeah.
and I will say this about her personality: she's not out in front of the camera, and she doesn't say a lot. But what Kelsey Mitchell says makes her, for me, one of the most likable players in the league. So, and that doesn't necessarily being likable doesn't necessarily equate to being popular. But in terms of Olivia Miles, I'm only gonna say one thing to piggyback. Olivia Miles, by the stats, by the numbers, has made Courtney Williams,
Come on,
McBucket,
come on.
and Natasha Howard better. She has, by
Better.
the numbers, made them better.
Better. She's the
Made
most
them
valuable.
better.
Kelsey is the best scorer, but
Yeah, well, without Olivia Miles, Minnesota is not in first place without Fee.
No,
And that's a fact.
No,
no,
not even close.
Fact.
They're not in first place. Look, let me land my plane and finish answering Big Dog's question about Angel. Another thing, Big Dog, if you go back and look at the press conference, the opening press conference when they introduced Angel as a dream, and listen to what Smesco says or what they expect and why they brought her on. They told the media, Angel Reese's role is to rebound and play defense. That's what they expected her to be. They say she's the missing piece. Her rebounding and defense and her energy and her motor is what they need. Angel can do a whole lot more than that, and that's why what a lot of people miss is that she's a lot more than that. Remember, she used to be a guard when she was in high school before she hit that growth spurt, and the perception was even reinforced more that she's a post player when she transferred to LSU. But in that press conference, that's all they needed to do. Now, from that standpoint, Angel has passed with flying colors. She's in the top 3 in rebounds. She's one of the best defenders in the league. She leads all post players in steals per game. And she's just a dog as far as her motor. Now, what she can also do is facilitate an offense. She's a good passer.
Keep talking.
She makes teams better. She makes her teammates better. She puts a batter. You see what the reason why Alicia Gray did what she did and bringing them and making those 3 free throws is because of Angel. Mm-hmm. Angel gave her that energy. Angel gave her that confidence.
Angel setting those picks. Angels moving the ball. They're moving to her. She's looking for open person, which was great. A couple of times. Gray had just scored right before it. Let me go back to something again about. I want to talk.
That's
about
another
Angel.
thing that people forget about.
I want to say something about the All-Star game. When they made the introduction, this is how you know who is the most popular. Who was the loudest?
Angel.
Angel Reese.
Hey, let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back before that, Auntie Juju. When Coop and Teaspoon were picking the reserves. Who was first off the board for Coop?
Talk about it.
Angel Reese.
Because Coop knows. Coop know better. She know.
I will say this, another thing about Angel Reese's game that goes very underserved is her ability to set screens. We all praise her rebounding,
it's the screening.
But we don't praise. She's one of the best screeners and pick and roll people you can have on your team. She sets a hell of a screen. Matter of fact, she be knocking chicks down sometimes on a screen.
She knows exactly how to turn, roll, reset, and get it back to you.
Yep.
But lastly, before I, because I gotta go and cook dinner.
Me too.
I just want to say this, Juju. I implore you, since me and you are around the same age, I implore you to go on my page and look at my shorts, because I'm really determined to bridge the gap between the casual fans and the real fans. And on my page, I make shorts about, players that came long before a Caitlin Clark and an Angel Reese, because I don't think a lot of these casual fans, the people who just start watching the W 3-4 years in, they don't understand the shoulders that these ladies that we seeing now are sitting on. And I think that's why we have such a huge gap, because they don't understand the players that came before them, and they never got to see the players that came before them. So I think you in particular would appreciate the shorts that I've created. So maybe you could understand where I'm trying to go.
What I want you to do before we leave, because I got to get out of here as well, guys. I want you to type in your links or where we can go, and everybody head over there, hit the subscribe button, check it out when you got some time. Mention me if you're on other stations, if they would allow it, or share it, or like B Will always, thank you always for coming into my community.
And thank you for having me. I'm gonna go post it now, and please go check it out, Juju. You will enjoy it. I promise you. You in particular will enjoy what I'm trying to do.
You're gonna take me there. You're gonna take me there. I already know it.
Yeah, I am. And you're gonna bop your head too in the process.
Hey, thanks for letting me in, Auntie Juju. It's a pleasure always talking to you. Make sure y'all tune in,
guys. Again,
Showtime and Prince is going to do the Atlanta game. They play the Storm tonight, so tune in to that, and make sure that when the Aces play, me and sometime B Will and Prince, we do the games. So tune in for that.
My brother.
I said I came in on Zoe's channel because he was cooking so hard the other night, and I was just listening. I was cracking up because I was like, I didn't know Zoe felt the same way I do about the dream. And we say it with love. I say it with love. But when I'm critiquing Ryan and Gray and all that, I'm like, I'm saying this because they could be so much better. But he told me that Auntie Jojo, he said, you know how he talk. He said, I'm gonna do some stuff with you on the college level. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So when we do, I want all of us, to get back together. And I want you guys. You're welcome anytime, B Will. I'm gonna let you wrap it up, B Will. You can wrap it up as well, and then I'm gonna close out.
Well, I'm a day one.
Yes,
I'm a day one ride or die. You know what I mean? So
yes,
I appreciate you as usual for having me up and allowing me a place to talk about one of the things that I love. Appreciate you, everybody else on the panel. And MDT, I've never been on with him. BD, of course, I've been on with him before. And my brother, Brass, my brother. Everybody knows that's my brother. No matter how many strays him and Zoe be throwing at me when I'm not on the panel, I'm in the chat. They can throw strays all they want. They're my brothers. But thanks again, Ju. I love you.
So, thank you. I love you too. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. Thank you, chat. Chat fam, Washu, all of you, I appreciate y'all joining. I love all of you guys. I'll see y'all soon.
Around here, this is more than a game. It's family, it's culture, it's legacy. A community that understands the work, respects the grind, and honors the journey. From the hardwood to the highlight moments, to every player chasing greatness. This is where passion grows, where fans become family, where standards are protected, where women's basketball lives. Welcome to Everybody Loves Juju 12.